Hello everyone and welcome to the third iteration of the Steel Hunter CC tournament, where your favorite content creators battle it out not only for cash prizes but also for the bragging rights and to find out who the best Steel Hunter is. Now I'm being joined here by lovely Ixta. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Ixta101. I'm a World of Tanks streamer that streams regularly, and I also love watching competitive gameplay, so I'm looking forward to seeing our CCs clash today to see who wins this final tournament of the Steel Hunter tournament. And we're looking forward to it. We've got some drops lined up for you today. We've also got some interesting prizes, the top 3.
And yeah, I believe the drops should be coming up shortly. That being said, the prizes you mentioned are... I guess we're going to talk about them later. Why don't you walk us through
So
the
for drops today, for watching 90 minutes, you'll have 5 repair kits, 5 first aid kits, and 5 fire extinguishers. If you watch for 150 minutes, you get 3 sellable Steel Hunter decals. So if you don't want to keep them, you can get some extra credits off of them. And if you watch for the full 240 minutes, you'll get a Class 2 improved ventilation. Don't forget to link your World of Tanks account with your Twitch account to make sure you get your drops. And don't forget to claim them. These drops are EU only, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's correct, actually. Pretty sure. But yeah, for that, as he said, you need to link your World of Tanks account to your wargaming.net account, and then you need to claim them yourself, because the system changed on Twitch. For the people that don't know it yet, you need to claim them yourselves. But that comes with the advantage of you being able to see the progress of your collection. From that, we can move on to the lovely prizes you mentioned. It's going to be 1,000 euros for the person in first place, 750 for the person in second, and 250 for the person in third place. But it doesn't stop there. The top 10 from this tournament will be auto-qualified to the next one. And also, there are discounts right now in the premium shop. if you want to go and check them out, feel free to do so. They're awesome. Now,
Yes.
we do have a tournament on our hands, and we had 2 previous ones. Yeah, like the one we just had. And from the last one to this one, basically not a lot changed. The points distribution system stayed the same. So I think you can walk us through that.
Yes, so for every kill that a player gets, they get an extra point, and also, I believe, let me just make sure I have my facts correct there. For the destruction of every enemy tank, you get 2 additional points, and you also get points based on the position you come in. And of course, we will be collecting all the points up and adding them up for a total score at the end of the event to get who the first, second, and third players are in this leaderboard.
Yep, and in the unlikely case, but I think we had that happen in the past, that 2 CCs have the same amount of points after all the 8 rounds that we're gonna do. The tournament today is best of 8. The overall amount of damage is being tracked. That's being dealt by the CCs, and whoever dealt more damage, has the bigger bragging rights and thus gets to advance before the other one. Other than that, it's going to be basically the same Steel Hunter mode that we all know. It's going to be 20 people in a free-for-all with all the 5 tanks available that you should all know. That's basically the Variag for the Germans, the Harbinger for the Brits, the Raven for the Americans, the Harlequin for the French, and the Variag is the Russian one. Yeah, right.
Variag's Russian, there you go.
They both start with a V sound.
It's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm expecting to see a lot of Valkyries, Harbingers, Harlequins, and Ravens. I don't think we'll see many Variags. What do you think, Key?
I mean, there always is this tendency for people to think that, the game being developed where it is, that it is sort of Russian biased. That does not hold true for this Steel Hunter tournament. Mostly you see people with Harlequins with the approach of staying out of trouble and trying to stay alive. That doesn't get rewarded with a lot of damage usually, but you rack up those sweet points for simply, not dying. Other than that, I think last tournament we saw Algo in the last round pulling ahead with the German Valkyrie, getting the win there. And yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of Ravens, a lot of Harbingers, where you basically have that perfect mix of survivability, DPM, and also flexibility at the start of the game.
To be fair, I think I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of Harlequin gameplay because with the machine gun at the end, you could pick up a lot of kills towards endgame. But I want to see how our contestants put it to use against possibly a full health Valkyrie, fully equipped with lots of perks at the end game. That's going to be a fearsome beast to try and conquer. And I'm looking forward to see how they manage to cope with that if they do take the Harlequin.
Oh yeah, that being taken into account, you just mentioned the Valkyrie. If it does manage to get up to that sweet level 7, which is the max level for all of the tanks, obviously, it does, like all the tanks have different consumables, and the Valkyrie has this healing circle which does not get interrupted upon taking damage, like all the other healing consumables do, except the healing circle for the Variag as well. But yeah, it just feels like, I think it can go up to 3k HP at the end, and you just keep shooting and shooting and shooting it, and then keeps healing itself up, and you're like, what am I supposed to do here? It's, yeah, just the HP don't drop.
I've definitely been in that situation before, right? When you're in the last 2 or 3 positions and you run into a full health Valkyrie and there's nothing you can do in your Harlequin. So I'm looking forward to learning from the CCs here and seeing how they manage to deal with these titans.
The flip side of that coin obviously being that, yeah, now I have to be careful not to get it wrong. The Valkyrie at the start, it is obviously rather slow. The DPM is not very good, so if you don't manage to snowball very, very early on, it does tend to get pretty hard, and that is where basically both Harbinger and Raven do excel here. The late game setups for the Harbinger being basically a very high alpha shotgun that you can use, and also you can crank up the DPM with your Berserk ultimate, which, yeah, just shreds through enemies like paper. For the Raven, however, yeah, you do have the choice between 2 guns, I believe.
Let's not also forget the fact that the Raven has the trap ability that it can use towards the end game if it picks up enough drops, and that could be an issue for Harbingers using the Berserker, because it more or less completely neutralizes that with its stun effects.
Yeah, it's like the trap ability. We saw that get used to great effect. If you also manage to sort of, take the terrain into account when placing it, that can be devastating for the enemy. For example, when someone needs to cross through the zone to basically get to you, and you're able to put the trap there, it sort of tends to become impossible for the enemy, even, or for your opponent, to get there in time. And then if you like double track him inside the trap, then that is GG. As you know, we also have the zones in place. For those of you who don't know, there is yellow zones, which basically means you should get the heck out of there because it's gonna close soon, and then it turns into a red zone where you have 10 seconds to leave it, and after that your tank will lose HP, 10% of HP per second, 10% of the total HP. So keep in mind, if you have a 3000 HP Valkyrie and a 2000 HP Raven, for example, and both of them don't shoot each other, and both of them tick down equally, they're gonna die at the same time, simply because the Valkyrie is gonna lose 300 and the Raven is gonna lose 200 per second.
With that being said, Mr. Key, what is your favorite tank out of the 5 tanks that are available to all our contestants today?
I personally tend to play Raven a lot, but then again, it has to be said, I mostly play this mode in Platoon. So there are basically Ravens and Harbingers, both them together in the early game. They are just, able to pick the fights they want, they are able to run away from the fights they don't want, and that's where I see myself.
I definitely enjoy playing the Harlequin instead myself and running in and out of the red zone, trying to bait the enemies into chasing me and sticking around for a tiny bit too long. It's definitely a fun thing to do, but very risky.
Cheeky. I see how it is. But yeah, all of that said and done, that's quite enough theory crafting from us, so let's get down to some gameplay. We're almost ready to head into our first game of the day, which is being played on, let's see the map video come up, Azure. So the sand map, it's a rather open map, I believe. And yeah, what do you think? Which tanks are going to be useful there?
I definitely enjoy playing the Harlequin on this map. I also feel the Harbinger and the Raven on this map are decent because they've got better mobility than the Valkyrie do, and also the gun depression the Harbinger and Raven can be pretty nice, especially at the higher tiers like 4, 5, and 6. So I'm looking forward to seeing some good ridgeline play. Looking forward to seeing some Harlequins harass, the slow lumbering Valkyries as they cross through the middle, trying to collect those blue drops. Because who doesn't want those blue drops? Am I right?
Definitely, the blue drops always helping because, well, you do get 600 XP. The yellow drops give 300 and the green ones give 150. And here we are in our first game of the day, and I believe we're spectating Jackie right now from the clan Skill.
This Miss Jackie we're talking about?
Miss Jackie, yes. I believe
Already?
she's the only female content creator here today, right?
Ooh, I believe she might be, yes, if I'm not mistaken. And she's already taken a shot in the rear by an enemy opponent who ricocheted. Let's find out if Jackie runs into this person or not, or if they just head other direction. And all of a sudden we see Karl Heinz and Tactical Nuke already trading it out, both on 400 HP. Karl down to 200, and so is Tactical. Who's gonna win this one?
Ooh, hold that thought right there at the moment, because both of them are taking it out on each other. However, I believe Tactical Nuke still had a heal available, and so he's going to be able to finish off Karl-Heinz, the German CC, with a well-placed ram here, picking up the spoils of victory. The red loot, obviously a lot of stuff there. You could see the slight bump as the tank was upgrading itself, and obviously now the yellow loot for some sweet ammo is going to help as well, and I believe he's going to be up to level 4 almost immediately.
And this is very interesting. He's going for something that not a lot of people do, as far as I'm aware. He's going with the auto reloader on the Harbinger, which is definitely an interesting choice. I look forward to seeing how this works out in mid to late game, but this is definitely very useful for him so early on, being up to level 4 ahead of everyone else possibly.
And yeah, right now I think a lot of people trying to stay away from each other, to stay away from the fate that has befallen Karl-Heinz here. If you just drop out in that first spot, you're not going to get a lot of points. Jackie here now spotting Shooty down there, and obviously you have to mention that riverbed down there. That's not a place where you want to be, simply because, well, you have the lower ground, so Anakin could tell a story about where you don't want to be, and also yeah, you're just in the open for everyone. It's just a killing ground. Yeah, Jackie putting on a show here so far.
I believe there was also a situation developing up in the top left of the map where we had 3 or 4 tanks all closing in on each other, but Miss Jackie looks to be looking for Yzna now. Let's see how this turns out. Picking up the drop, moving forwards, almost up to level 4 as well.
Yup, Algo there with the Valkyrie, killing off Carmelita in the Harbinger, so that's going to be very good for Algo moving forward, just because he doesn't have to drive a lot to get to the XP. And as we take a nice look of the battlefield right now, we can see not a lot of people are super close to each other, but you do see the Harlequins, they're trying to stay out of trouble. Meanwhile, Miss Jackie might be meeting Arsenal soon here up at the top, and Mr. Chef here in the Harlequin also wants to stay out of trouble.
It looks like...
Oh, Miss Jackie chasing Trudy here.
This is a very risky gameplay here. If the Harlequin Mr. Chef comes past and sees this, he may come and trade, but it looks like he's too far out. We also see a fight going off to the top left as well, but who's going to win this firefight? It looks like Jackie's got this against Hudyutki and Jackie. Bringing him down to 69 HP, going in for the ram, and there he goes. Very nicely done by Jackie. Of course, Corrosive missed placed down as well, but not to a lot of effect.
Yeah, indeed, and as we see Jackie driving away here, I believe there's also a situation developing in the lower side right now. Jackie taking the single shotgun, and yeah, here we see in the lower side right now one of the kills happened. I believe that was Alex in the Arlequin dropping out. And yeah, Jackie on the hunt now for Arsenal, who's also in a Valkyrie, jumping up over that bridge. Arsenal with the gun turned into the wrong direction, doesn't see Jackie, tries to get a hell away from there, takes another shot into his backside. Definitely not what he wanted to achieve. However, there is another contender, Isner, with the Variag, and he's gonna keep Jackie from chasing Arsenal too far here. And obviously in those situations where it's gonna be 3 people, you always want to shoot the higher HP one. That's why maybe, you know, you could think people are teaming. No, it's actually the smart thing. If you're on higher HP, you always want to shoot the high HPs so that you can kill both in the end. And Jackie with another ram, she's just taking it out here on the others and taking up another kill, securing another 2 points for her.
In the meantime, while we were watching this entire fight, I believe Rysiek was chasing down Svitman and actually secured a kill, but is now on 800 HP, running away from VDRPL in a Harbinger, who is in close pursuit.
And yeah, I believe the observers liking Jackie a lot here, as we do get to see a lot of her gameplay. She does pop off the radio detection here, sees 2 tanks close by, pre-aiming for the yellow one spotted on the minimap, but I think opting out of that particular engagement, rather preferring to farm up for the moment. Does see Freddy though. Freddy, also had his turret turned into the wrong direction, and that's probably going to be unfortunate from the looks of it. Freddy wasn't leveled up that far, but Tactical Nuke here also in the proximity, and manages to get away before Jackie is able to put in one more shot.
Yep, indeed. Very interesting gameplay so far, and we're seeing a lot of what you mentioned in the previous stream, I believe it was, in the previous tournament, where whenever there's a firefight going on, there's always a third person in the background waving, saying hello, throwing shots in directions, and we're definitely seeing a lot of that, especially from Yzna today. So I look forward to seeing how he does in this tournament. Mr. Chef, of course, in the Harlequin and XCR, just running around the outskirts here, trying to avoid the majority of the fight, just picking up whatever they can as they go. And it looks like we have a fight between Algo and... I believe that was Quick Fingers we just saw there, Quickie Baby, running away in his Harlequin on 800 HP. And there's also someone else in the back shooting Algo.
And yeah, QB here trying to not duke it out against Algo. He's trying to flank, but I think he recognizes that Algo is too far leveled up here. I don't think QB is too well leveled at the moment here. It's actually Tankalit there in the Harlequin, but wonderful shot by Algo. And now I believe QB and Algo, they're gonna go into that deadly one-on-one here. Is the Harlequin from the backlines gonna come and interfere? I don't think so. QB here, dire times. Algo with another shot, putting him down to 287 HP. QB now, actually it's the other way around.
Yes,
Algo needs to run away, and QB here with the outplays here, 3,300 plus reasons to love him. QB coming in for the ram, but he's actually finishing it off with a shot here, and I believe that was a smart choice, because, well, ramming a Valkyrie, not something you want to do.
Definitely not. In the meantime, while this firefight was going on, we did see Freddy go down to Strunk Maxi, I believe. And there's definitely a couple of people chasing little Harlequins around the map right now. And multiple little engagements going on every here and there. But so far, I believe Quick Fingers, Quickie Baby back up to full health now. Mr. Chef and Strong Maxi fighting it out in the red zone. And there's a corrosive miss from Strong, keeping Mr. Chef away. Yuzna coming in very quickly to see what he can do here. Perhaps looking to get a cheeky 1 or 2 shots in. Chef taking damage on the retreat. And it looks like Strong is just going to chase him down and just gun him down 1 shot at a time. But unlucky right there. RNG says no, armor not hit. Perhaps it was a tracking shot.
Ooh, Mr. Chef there needs to be very careful. Down to a 2-shot, I believe now, and there is a third one, a 4th player here. The airstrikes hit. It's going to be Strong Maxi, the winner of last tournament, to pick up Mr. Chef, but is he going to live to tell the tale? Very, very unlikely. The own Berserk is chipping away at his own HP. Tactical Nuke with another missed shot. Strong Maxi getting away for the time being. Meanwhile, Isner with a double shotgun here does have a shot available at Strong Maxi, but he whiffs it. Another bounce. Strong Maxi, like Neo in the Matrix, trying to stay alive, but this time it's the agent that won. He drops down, and now Isner and Tactical Nuke are going to be left here in the 1v1. Isner popping his healing zone here, and so Tactical Nuke decides to back away.
I think double barrel on the Variax is not something we see too often in front lines, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe that's because of the 135 millimeters of penetration it has there, which was unfortunate that first shot of Yuzna's ricocheted. But now he's looking to shoot Tactical up the back of his tank as Tactical tries to disengage.
I believe that was a connected double barrel.
Oh, double barrel connect, very nice. And we see a fight going on in the north between Riskiek, Quick Fingers, Tactical Nuke, and a 4th contestant who I just missed the name of. Riskiek takes down QB, Tactical Nuke trying to pick off Riskiek while he tries to pick up this drop. Doing a wonderful job sniping these shots. Unfortunately, that last one did miss. And Riskiek manages to pick up the drop and disengage safely. Jackie, of course, disengaging as well. Nobody really wanting to take the trades here right now.
And yeah, we do see sort of people disengaging at the moment. However, looking on the minimap, I believe Tactical Nuke might be very close to Isner here. And yeah, indeed, he pops his radio. He sees it on a minimap. Isner running away for the time being, and Tactical Nuke with some Monka steer action for the time. And if I was him, I'm not sure if I would do that play, because if you take a look yet again at the minimap, that's deep, deep, deep in the yellow zone. And so even if he wins that fight, he cannot be sure to get out alive. That being said, it's right now Isner who's putting on the herd, also putting the minefield here, eliminating any sort of possibility for Tactical Nuke to close the distance, because not only do you get tracked, you also get stunned. Tactical Nuke right now in a dire spot here, recognizes that, pops the Berserk. Now with the DPM again, he will probably be able to pick up Isner down to a 1-shot. Isner, the Swedish Viking, going down to Tactical Nuke, who drives forward now that the minefield is gone, but he's gonna have to take that drop and get out of this one, as he doesn't want to take a lot of HP to the zone.
And in the entire meantime, I believe we did lose another contestant in this game, which puts us down to either 2 or 3 players left. I believe it was Jackie, Tactical Nuke, and JQL.
That is Jackie.
Oh, sorry,
Rishek,
yes, Jackie and Rishiek.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Sorry. Oh, and now that's actually a very good situation here for Jackie, if not for the corrosive mist, because basically she was waiting there for the other guy, for Tactical Nuke, to come out of the red zone. But yeah, obviously the corrosive mist, not only does it damage tanks, it also obstructs vision, and this enables Tactical Nuke to get in a nice upper ground position here against Jackie, who is caught down in the dried out riverbed. And in the back, Rishek happily driving his rounds in the Arlequin and probably racking up on that sweet distance covered.
I have to say, Mr. Keyhand, I believe it was right at the start of this game we were watching Jackie in the high ground shooting down at, I think it may have been Tactical Nuke, and we made a comment about an Anakin Skywalker Obi-Wan Kenobi situation where the high ground wins, and now it looks like the roles have been reversed. Let's see how this turns out. Will Tactical Nuke manage to win this, or will Jackie come out on top to fight against Rishiek?
Tactical Nuke there with a nice pickup of the healing, so he's going to be ahead regarding shots, and Jackie there using the Berserk, so she's going to have the DPM advantage. However, we see Tactical Nuke here with the clip as able to secure at least place 2 for himself, so he's going to pick up the red drop. That's going to put him up to full HP again, and if you take a look now at the zone, he's already close or nearly in it, and I believe it might be very, very challenging here for Rishek, who might even try to pick up the red drop, or the blue drop in the red zone, rather. No, he's not going for it. He's gonna have some time to think about how he approaches this, but Tactical Nuke firing at him already means that he's been spotted, so any kind of secrecy here for the Harlequin nearly impossible. And now Tactical Nuke, with the right decision, trying to find a hull down here in the zone to just receive whatever the Harlequin is going to throw at him. Now remember the ulti of the Harlequin, Rishek, he should have one of those balls available, one of those fireballs to chase after the enemy, but if we see right now, he does pop the airstrike, misses completely. Tactical Nuke, he even has the Inspire thing right now. Oh, the ball now coming in and connecting, but Tactical Nuke still pretty healthy. And yeah, I think Rishek probably has spent most of what he has. Tactical Nuke now with the Berserk, and he does pick it up. His HP keeps ticking down, but it doesn't matter. He's the last one standing in this match. Congratulations for him, and also for 4 kills, which is another 8 points.
I believe that puts him on 37 plus 8 points. Very well played by Tactical Nuke. I think we saw quite a few ram kills in this game and quite a few aggressive plays very early on as well. Definitely a very quick game and jam-packed with action.
Yep, that's the nature of all of those games. It's basically action non-stop, because as the circle keeps closing, encounters will keep happening. And yeah, that was quite an interesting game to start with. Some people that I thought who were gonna do fairly well, dropping out fairly early. Some people who I thought might be struggling, actually doing super well. And then in the end, we had the top 3, Tactical Nuke, Rishek, and Jackie. But yeah, I think Tactical Nuke just played that beautifully, eliminating both of them in the end, just using everything at his disposal. The terrain, the green drops, just well played overall.
Indeed, and making wonderful use of the auto reloader as well.
Yeah, I think that auto reloader is crazy to a point, as where you pop the Berserk, the intra clip is basically the same as the reload for the shells. So you basically have a single shooter, and then when the Berserk stops, you still have the full clip, or something along those lines.
Here we see the last few seconds of that last match, as we see a Tactical Nuke just sitting in the zone, waiting for Rishek to come back, because he knows he has to. Rishek coming in with the double barrel, I believe it was, on the Harlequin, which, in all fairness, sort of reminds me of Barras gameplay to a certain degree. Not exactly, but to a certain degree. And Tactical Nuke making good use of his shots here. Rishek missing the arty strike. You have to wonder, if that arty strike connected, along with this fireball right here, could it have been enough to turn the tides of how this game ended?
Oh, possibly, because not only does it deal damage, it also stuns the opponent. And that means, yeah, not only worse soft stats, but also worse reload, worse everything. So you saw in the end, I believe Tactical Nuke was down to 200 HP. A nice connection. Or 140. If the airstrike connects well, then Rishek might as well have won that round. That being said, here are the stats for this game, and my goodness gracious, what a performance by Tactical Nuke right there. 11.5k damage. That is something to write home about.
What was the highest damage in the last tournament? Do we know? Anyone get any closer?
I think we once had someone doing 14k, but normally someone getting into the 5 digits, that's already very, very unusual.
Very early on as well, so well played to Tactical.
You see, it's now a nice and juicy 45 points here for him. So, yeah, we see Tactical Nuke in place number 1. Then, as we mentioned, Rishek, Miss Jackie, Isne, QB, Strong Maxi, the winner of last tournament, coming in place 6 this time. JXCR, Tankalit, VDR, and on the other side of the leaderboard,
I'll go in the Valkyrie with 2.6k damage, Freddy in the Harbinger at 1.3k, Orzinel, Svit, Alex, Hudi Hudjutski, Kamelita, and then Karl Heinz.
So yeah, there we go. That was our first rounds. Obviously, we're not... yeah, I mean, we can show the current positions. This doesn't really make sense, or right. It's basically the battle results of the game.
We still have 7 games to go, so we have time for things to change up here. And to be fair, a lot of the contestants on the left side here between place 1 to 7 are still in a chance for very quickly catching up.
I mean, yeah, if Karl-Heinz wins the next one, then he's going to be in the top 3 for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that was round 1 out of 8, so like 12% completion.
Indeed.
But yeah, if you take a look, it's like the points are very, very evenly spread. Obviously, Tactical Nuke, he just had a wonderful game, 45, but then 36, 33, 28, and then 3 people with the same amount of points. It's just yeah, crazy how close they are together. And I believe with the way that the mode has been going overall, I don't think we should see anyone pulling ahead like crazily. That's not really gonna happen.
What I'm looking forward to seeing is how Strong Maxi comes back from this, being the winner of the last tournament. He definitely ended up in a very unfortunate situation. They're stuck between, I believe it was 4 enemy tanks, which was a very dangerous position to get stuck into. And it was very unfortunate. So I want to see if he can make a comeback.
Yeah, we'll see about that. As we are pretty close actually to starting the second round, I believe. And
what are your expectations?
It's interesting what's gonna happen, to be quite honest. As yeah, the thing is, as soon as you start making predictions, right, that's where either they come true and people will tell you, yeah, you're biased about this and that, or they go horribly wrong, and then people say, ah, you're just caster cursing them because you have fun doing that. So in the Steel Hunter tournament, I'm always staying away from those predictions like a vampire would from, you know, garlic. It's not something you want to do.
Understandable. Me personally, I'm looking forward to seeing the next map at some point. But also, I want to see if anyone changes up their tanks. Everyone was running. There was a lot of Harbingers in this game, especially towards late game. I don't think we saw many Ravens, Variags, or Valkyries. So I want to see how this goes in the next game and see what sort of tanks people take and what sort of load ups will they go for. Will people run the same builds they just ran, or will they change it up and try something new?
Yeah, that being said, we're loading into the wonderful map of Dreamland, and personally for me, I like that map a little more, simply because I prefer the close quarters combat over the hold down ridge lane peeking style that is sort of typical for Azir. But yeah, as you said, not a lot of Ravens being played. Personally, my favorite tank for the mode, which is sort of weird, I guess, but then again, I didn't play in the solo mode a lot so far. But yeah, there we go. Let's hop into Dreamland, map number 2 of the CC Steel Hunter tournament. And this time we're watching Carmelita, one of the Polish CCs. Unsurprisingly, in a Harbinger. I think he's playing that all the time, and pretty lucky to find some loot directly at the start.
Can you blame him for playing it all the time? It's such a wonderful tank with so many opportunities for the build. And of course, starting off with the 10 rounds per 10 shells of heat and 10 shells of APCR, seeing these double drops is definitely very useful. And already Freddy and Tactical Nuke fighting it out already, and Tactical Nuke down to 500. Strong Maxi coming in from behind, farming Freddy as well. Let's see who drops first. Will Freddy go down, or will Tactical go down first?
Ooh, Freddy there with quite a big problem as his heal got interrupted, but we do see Tactical Nuke. Ooh, that's going to be down to the wire here. Freddy with the bounce, so it's going to be Tactical Nuke to pick him up, but as we know, there was a third contender, Strong Maxi there, driving in with a vengeance, and Tactical Nuke, he has already popped his heal. This means Strong Maxi is going to be the smiling third in that engagement. He's going to secure a kill, and more importantly, he's going to secure the XP from the drops. That is what you want to have immediately. He does pop the radio detection right after to just, you know, inform himself what's going on around me. Fortunately for him, not a lot really. And other than that, I believe there is 2 tanks duking it out in the north right now, and everyone else happy that 2 people are dead already. One cheeky shot by Algo here into Svitman, and Svitman probably won't try to, you know, close the distance here, as you don't want to cover a lot of open ground. Actually, a crucial shot here for Algo, because that one's putting him up to level 2, and now he's going to be a speedy boy.
Very nicely done. In the meantime, while that entire engagement was going on between Tactical Nuke, Freddy, and who was the third key? I believe it was
Tactical Nuke, Freddy, and Strong Maxi.
Strong Maxi. In the meantime, Quick Fingers, Quickie Baby did take out Yizna. No, in this game, Quickie Baby did take out Yizna, and now he's taken out Mr. Chef. And Strong Maxi takes out XCR. It's very interesting to see how this goes. And Alex, on 300 HP, heading right into enemies. This could be very dangerous for him. I want to see how this ends.
I mean, we see Rishek here now again in the Harlequin picking up another yellow drop. That one's gonna not quite put him up to level 5, but like that amount of XP and level 4 already, that's really, really good. As we see QB here right now zooming into the proximity of Strong Maxi, but Strong Maxi is playing Ring Around the Rosie with him. Actually, QB here in a dire spot in the red zone right now. 5 seconds here. If Strong Maxi tracks him, that's going to be very, very dire for him, but he does manage to get out. And now it's going to be a deadly one-on-one, or is it? Alex and Banda there in the back with the Harlequin doing the smart thing, focusing the high HP persons, both of those people right now here with the auto-aims engaged, and I think QB wants to get out of there as he's right now on lower HP, so he's doing the smart thing. He did activate heal, but I think the Crows have missed, interrupted it. Alex and Banda with another shot into the back of the British CC here, and now he's chasing around Strong Maxi, and it's just going to be Alex and Banda probably deciding this 1v1 here. He does put one more shot into QB. He needs to back off right now. Strong Maxi tracked on the lower side, but I believe he will search for QB here and try to finish him off. QB obviously recognizing this and driving away. He's catching another shot to the back now, has to drive into the red zone. Strong Maxi missing, and you can see Alex just, you know, chilling in the back.
And that corrosive mist coming in clutch for Strong Maxi there, getting him out of Alex's view range so he doesn't take any extra damage, because if he did take any extra damage there, QB could very easily turn around and finish Strong off if he ends up on low enough HP. But Svitman getting in very close, might end up taking both the kills right here if he realizes they're right behind him. And I'm assuming if he pops his radio anytime soon, he will see them. And yep, there we go. Strong Maxi takes out QB. Svit picks up a consumable drop, I believe it was, and now taking on Strong Maxi.
It's gonna be about the levels of the tanks now. Strong Maxi down to very, very low HP, and Svitman is not gonna believe his luck here, as 2 kills just drive, or rather 1 kill and 2 drops just drive into his way, and he's gonna be able to feast on the remnants of his dead opponents, and I think that's gonna put him ahead quite heavily here.
Indeed, and while this entire engagement's been going on, Orzenel did die to Risiek just a couple of seconds ago, and there are some low health targets on the enemy team. Alex goes down to Risiek. VDRPL on 124, making a run from Camille, but about to head right into Risiek if he's not careful. And Risiek using his fireball, which is going straight across the bridge for Algo. Will it go in the right direction, and will it get there in time, or will Algo take it out?
I think Algo wasn't able to take it out, and to be honest, that ball, it was initially intended for Alex, but Alex died before the ball could connect, so there we go. Now Rishek here with the level 7 autoloader, I believe, already, and he's just gonna go for it. 27 HP on the Valkyrie, and he does pick it up, and now the red drop should secure nice HP for him again. So good stuff here by Rishek here with the French tank, able to shut down the German tank before it gets too dangerous. VDRPL there on very low HP, by the way. I don't think he has a heal available, so he wants to stay out of trouble.
It looks like Camille is closing in on VDRPL's position. Skills and Svit look to be taking it relatively passive right now. Not trying to get too involved, trying to survive until more later on into the game. Secure themselves those extra points because everyone needs it right now. But Svit, Skill, and Risiek all closing into each other. Tankalit moving around the edges of the map here. So is VDR, so is Camille. I wonder how long VDR is going to be able to stay alive. But we have a brawl going on here. Corrosive Mist deployed. Skill versus Svitman. Will come out on top here, and I believe there was also a third tank, was there not? Somewhere, but the Corrosive Mist concealing their location.
Oh yeah, Svitman right now was healing up. He did get the complete heal. That's why I believe Skill is right now running. But Rishek from the backline with the aforementioned level 7 autoloader with the Arlequin Boom,
Listen
boom,
to
boom,
that
goes the
thing go.
gun. Oh my goodness, Svitman taking a beating, a bruising here, and now skill for LTU coming from the backlines yet again. Notices there's a one-on-one getting on, wants to profit from this, and I have to say, yeah, Rishek, he's playing that one admirably. He even dropped the ball. Svitman, yeah, no chance whatsoever, goes down, and now the ball connects onto skill for LTU. If Rishek has the reload, I think he could, oh, never mind, skill for LTU picking up the red drop, so now it's going to be Rishek running.
Question is, can Rishek make it out in time, or is Skill going to connect one more shot? No, it ends up tracking him by the looks of it. Rishek repairs and moves on. Skill going to hunt down. And Rishek running right into Jackie. He's having a really rough day right now, this match. Runs into one tank after the other. Trying to just get out of here. But this might actually turn out in his favor, because if Skill sees Jackie farming Rishek, as you said before, when you see two guys fighting, go for the one on the max HP or the highest HP. Not only will that damage come in clutch if you end up in a draw towards the end of the tournament, but also it just makes more sense in these games where you're relying on 1v1s here and it's a free-for-all, just taking out anyone that has extra HP so you don't have to deal with them in the end game. But we see VDR goes down finally to Tankalit. Camille, Tankalit, Skill, all within close proximity to each other. Rishek just trying to avoid confrontation right now. Jackie seems to be trying to cut off Rishek, possibly.
Yeah, there is that blue drop available that we see on the minimap, and that purple triangle, that is Rishek here, probably getting close to that one. Meanwhile, Jackie are looking for the green drop, I guess. But Kamil and Rishek, both of the Polish guys, they are looking for that blue drop, and in a one-on-one, I believe if they're close to each other, then the Harlequin actually does have the disadvantage. That being said, slight driving mistake here by Rishek, but the airstrike does connect, but it does get denied by Kamil, who removes the stun. But we do see the ball in the back trying to come for Kamil here, but the ball seems to have hurt itself in confusion. It's not really doing much at the moment.
Yep, Jackie and Camille now end up engaging because Rishek just ran away, allowing Camille to find Jackie, who was chasing Rishek earlier on. There's the corrosive mist. Unfortunately, deployed too far back. Camille just drives straight through it before it can do anything. Let's see how this engagement goes. Camille down to 700 HP, Jackie down to 500. So looking in favor of Jackie with the rate of fire. No, Camille with the big gun just shuts Jackie down instantly. I thought maybe Jackie would have rate of fire on Camille here, but no, Camille just says, that's enough damage for you. Now you go back to garage for now, and I continue hunting Rishek.
And he's gonna part happy ways with that wreckage there, actually turning around here. But yeah, the zone ever so slightly closing more, and it's gonna force the four remaining guys here, Kamil, Rishek, Skill and Tankalit, to get ever closer to each other. Rishek obviously the guy with the most rotation potential at the moment, as he's in the Harlequin, and 3 more Harbingers remaining, so it will be just down to who has the most consumables and who has which consumables. And I believe Kamil, he's gonna be unhappy with the ones he has available. Yes, he has Berserk, but he doesn't have heal.
And only one Berserk as well, so he's got to be careful about when he decides to use that. If he uses it at the wrong time.
Oh, did you see that Skill actually shooting in the air right now? It's because you can see the traces everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
he's just trying to lure people in, like, come at me, bro.
Skill is ready. I wonder if he's fully leveled up by now.
Yeah. All of them are level 7. You can see at the top left. And actually, Skill getting one shot into Rishek here. And Rishek caught in between a rock and a hard place. 2 people shooting at him. And Skill, he has found his prey, I guess. He's starting to drive forward. He sees Rishek here. And he misses.
Unfortunately, that shot does not connect. Camille, of course, cutting off to the left. Rishek about to run right into another Harbinger with a large cannon pointed right in his direction. Rishek going for the heal right now. Smart play. He's going to need all the HP he can get if he wants to survive this, because it's 3 full health Harbingers, and they're on the prowl for a French Harlequin today.
And we see Carmelita now picking up a green drop. The question is, does he get the heal? Nope. RNG not on his side today. The Looter King not getting what he wants from that one. And yeah, it's just Tankalit right now at this corner, pre-aiming. He's in the yellow, yes, but he's close enough so that he can just close into the zone once it closes. And basically, right now, it's going to be about positioning by the CCs for the last one. There is going to be one more phase before it closes down to exactly 1 quadrant, I believe. And yeah, they're just, you know, cautiously approaching, because every position, every opponent you outlive right now is just juicy, sweet points, and no one wants to give it away. We do see Rishek here. He does have 1 heal, 1 airstrike, and 2 balls available. But yeah, overall, I believe the guys here... Ooh, I think Rishek here, he wanted to pick up the blue drop, but he's not going to get it as he's in the red zone. And now Tankalit there in the Harbinger with the Berserk popped, and Rishek here, he tries to do what he can, pops the ball confused, but he does manage to connect it. Tankalit now on 70 HP, but Rishek isn't reload. Tankalit the one to pick him up.
Oh, Tankalit might actually go down. He's on 1 HP. No, he gets away with 1 HP.
Yeah, the thing is, the Berserk and the Corrosive Mist, they both cannot kill you, so they leave you on 1 HP, but is this gonna be...
Does he get a heal?
No, it's grayed out, so I don't think he has one available.
Oh, no.
Oy, oy, oy.
Fortunately, he did pick up an extra 760 HP from picking up the drop on that dead tank from Rishek. But this isn't good news for Tankalit.
Oh.
Camille and Skill about to engage. Skill popping Berserker. Camille drops the Corrosive Mist, I believe, and just runs away. Doesn't want to fight Skill on Berserker. Just wants to buy out the time until that Berserker runs out. But now down to 30 HP. Tankalit's now in the game. Skill stops, reconsiders pushing after Camille. Decides to trade with Tankalit instead. It's a smarter option instead of driving into a crossfire. Camille flexes around, coming up from behind. Skill knows he's there.
Can Tankalit actually come into the zone? No, he starts ticking, so he's going to go down to the zone, and it's going to be an easy victory here for the Baboon King, for Skill for LTU, who just, you know, does the smart plays, does the smart engagements at the end, and is able to pick up the victory royale in our 2nd round of today.
Very well played.
Just...
I was going to mention at this earlier on in the match that Skill was definitely sticking to the outskirts for a while. It looked like he was being a lot more cautious this time than the previous game. He didn't want to end up losing all his HP too early on or getting taken out. But he also didn't want to stay too out of the fight where he's not going to be able to level up in time. So very well played right there. And of course, getting very lucky there that Tankalit didn't make it back into the zone in time.
And yeah, that being said, we do have a game number 2 completed. It's going to be Skill for LTU in 1st place, Camille in 2nd place, and Tankalit in the 3rd. But yeah, damn, some pretty funny stuff there going on in between. And I think we have to talk about the distinct lack of healing consumables on all of those guys.
Yes, you gotta feel really sorry for some of them. They just, no matter how many drops they picked up, how many enemy tanks they kill, just no healing. Game says no, and game means no. Very unfortunate right there. If that was me, I'd be absolutely fuming right now. I don't know about you.
Probably, yeah. As we take a quick look at the last minute or so of the last game, Tankalit here obviously coming from the kill against, I think it was Rishek? Yeah, it was Rishek.
Yes.
He was able to finish that tank off, but it left him on 61 HP, so very, very vulnerable. Sorry. And yeah, Skill now activating Berserk and just going full on ham against Camille, who probably doesn't have the Berserk available at that time. Tankalit putting in another shot into Camille. That is good for Skill as well, because he's just like, oh, two low HP enemies. That is just an easy W for me. Then he recognizes that Tankalit is just gonna die to the zone, turns around already for Carmelita to not give that one any time to heal up any more than he could have, which we as observers know he couldn't even have done because he didn't have heal available. But yeah, just overall well done by Skill.
Here's the big question. Was Tankalit 2nd or was he 3rd? I believe he was 3rd because he died just a second before Camille did.
Yeah.
Maybe if the Corrosive Mist wasn't there, he might have actually got 2nd, but nonetheless, 34 points to 33 points. It's not too big of a difference there between the two. So very well played to all 3 of the top players there, Skill, Camille, and Tankalit. Unfortunately, nobody broke the 5-digit this match. Rishia coming in with 8k, of course, getting that top level gun allowed him to farm a lot, and also he did get a lot of fireballs and they did connect for a good 500 HP of damage each time, more or less. Jackie coming in 5th, Svit coming in 6th, VDR, Strong, Maxi, Algo, and Alex between 7 and 10. Maybe you want to mention the 11 to 19.
Let's go. QB coming in on place number 11, just below him. Orzenel, then, how do you say him again?
Hudi Hujutski, I think you said.
Hudi Hujutski, there we go. Karl-Heinz, JXCR, Tactical Nuke, Mr. Chef, Isna, and Freddy to complete the field. That being said, these are only the battle results. This means the points racked in this game. We do have the leaderboard available as well, and Rishek is number one, the leading guy here right now after 2 games with 66 points, a devilish number. Miss Jackie just behind him with 55, then Tactical on 50, Tankala just behind on 49, Skill for LTU aiming for the top spots with 41, Strong Maxi 40, Kamalita 38, QB 35, VDR 34, Isna 32, and yeah, then we have the second part. But what I want to highlight here is if you take a look at basically the points from place number 8 to place number 13, that's like only 8-point difference?
Yeah.
Something along those lines. So
between,
super
you said
close.
8 to 13? Yeah, it's a very close difference. I believe at most between 7 to 12 is about 10 points. So that's just one good game and you're back up in the top leaderboard again. So still lots of development to go. We'll see how this goes, and we'll see how many points the players between 19 and 10 manage to rack up in the next few games, and if any of them will be able to climb back up the leaderboard into those top 5 slots or even the top 10 slots, make sure they get in for the next time we run this tournament.
That all being said and done, I believe we're quite ready to hop into our next game, almost. The thing is, I have a little cheat screen here so I can see when the battle gets started. That's how I get my early info. But yeah, so I can already say that it's gonna be the sand map again, and that leads us, of course, to rethink how the first game went and how people play there. It was the Harlequins doing better than we saw them do on Dreamland, on the city map, simply because that map is just so much more maneuverable. Also, I gotta love that shot there with the airplane just dropping the loot right into it as it goes by.
Wonderful shot. That's the one you were telling me about yesterday, I believe, right? It is definitely a wonderful shot.
Let's just say we spent hours, you know, waiting for a plane to appear, and no, we actually didn't. It was luck. But here we go. We're gonna go into Azashir. It's gonna be the free for all, and it's gonna be round number 3. And right now we are spectating Camel here, who has found a yellow drop immediately.
Very nicely done. Already halfway to level 2, which puts him very far ahead, and is already switching to APCR now. Again, for anyone that doesn't know, the heat rounds in this game mode have more damage, but the APCR has better penetration and less damage. Quick Fingers and Tactical Nuke already fighting. Carl and Camille already engaging. Orzenel and XCR already engaging. And a couple of other small skirmishes going on across the map. But currently, by the looks of it, the big one to look at is Tactical Nuke versus QB. Both of them down to 700 HP each, and Camille and Carl as well. Looks like Camille is actually possibly going to make this back. I don't know. It's looking very even right now. No, Camille taking the lead by the looks of it. One more shot and he's got this.
Ooh, Camille here. It's neck and neck right now. It might be down to rolls, but I believe Camille might have had it here. He popped his heal at the right time, so Karl-Heinz gonna go down early yet again. And yeah, meanwhile, no one else has gone down, so I guess that deadly 1v1, I believe it was QB and Tactical Nuke, seems to be still going out there in the top of the map.
And Orzenel as well. XCR down to 100 HP, running away for his dear life. But Hudi Hudutki Svit are more or less in his way. And it looks like QB finally took down Tactical Nuke. That definitely took a while. And it looks like Alex is about to go down as well to Strong Maxi. And now Svet and Hudi Hudyutki trading it out on the ridgelines here.
Yeah, Svet now seems to have a nice ridgeline, but keep in mind that tier 1 turret is not as strong as it may seem. Normally you are easily able to penetrate shots. Wonderful one, talking about shots by Isna into the back of Orzenel. And yeah, I'm sort of surprised that so many people are searching or looking for the early engagements here right now. That's definitely a difference from the last one. That being said, I believe Freddy and Skill for LTU, they're having a giggle there.
Yeah, they are. Hudi Hujutski gets a good shot into Svit as he crosses there, I believe it was. It might have been Rishiek. Svit is hunting him down. Hudi Hujutski just saying hello from distance. And just multiple engagements going on across the map. Everyone being a lot more aggressive than they were in the first 2 matches by the looks of it.
Yeah, here we see Skillful LTU with the higher ground engaging Freddy right now, but Freddy with a nice connection into the turret. Skillful LTU thus backing off, popping his heal, searching for another point of contact with Freddy. He's actually gonna go and yeah, just completely gonna avert or avoid the area. He's completely gonna go through the red zone here if he isn't quick enough. No, he isn't. He's actually gonna start losing HP. Meanwhile, though, Freddy getting bullied here by Strong Maxi. Down to a one-shot. Down he goes in the back lines. You can see Algo praying here for some easy pickups, but that's not to be as Strong Maxi. He's just gonna pick up the loot uncontested, and now he has a hold down to work with. So Algo needs to run away as, yeah, Strong Maxi seems to be on, let me check here, level 5 already. So pretty crazy stuff from him.
Yeah, this is definitely a very tense game. It looks like Hudi Hujutski, Svit still fighting it out. Hudi on 32 HP, looks like he's about to go down. Rishiek very close by, sees blood, smells the blood, and is going in to try and pick up the kill on Svit. Just in time, hopefully. And of course, in the north, we still got Mr. Chef and a couple of other people running around, bullying each other in this game.
Ooh, Svit there with a super nicely timed Berserk, and that's gonna help against Ryshek. However, he does miss one of the rounds, but now the auto aim secures the kill, and Ryshek, who was probably hoping for an easy pickup there, pays with his life, drops out of the game. Svitman's gonna be very happy about that one.
Meanwhile, VDR on 400 HP, Jackie on 1,300, and QB on 1.2k, all engaging in the north there. Will they decide, will QB and Jackie fight it out and VDR just say hello from a safe distance? Or will there be an interesting turn of events where they decide to shut down the 400 HP tank? Which is something I kind of want to see in these tournaments, where people see a low health tank farming them from distance and decide to have a little bit of a truce and shoot the one shot instead. Yuzna running from the fireball, but it takes him out. Very well played by Camille there. Yuzna's not going to be happy about that one, and Camille gets a level up from that kill, I believe. And now he also picks up a nice drop, almost to level 7. Not too far off right now.
Yeah, and if you take a look at the levels right now, the disparity is actually pretty crazy. Skill and VDR on level 3, Algo only level 2 in the Valkyrie. That being said, though, QB has found a jump onto Jackie here. He's just taking it out. He has activated Berserk. Both of them actually have, but it is gonna be QB finishing it off here, probably with the better reactions on the quicker fingers, and he's gonna get rewarded with the red drop here, putting him up to 560 again. However, he does take one more tick by the corrosive mist, and now Mr. Chef and XCR, are they gonna start duking it out? Is VDR gonna be the unfortunate victim?
It looks like we might have a similar situation as to what we saw with Strong Maxi earlier on, where he ran into 3 tanks or 4 tanks while chasing a kill. I think that might happen to VDR, but in the meantime, Strong Maxi, speaking of the devil, comes in ramming the Baboon King's skill for LTU, taking the kill with a shot and picking up the drop. Moving on, now on full HP, healthy amount of repairs and shells. VDR still somehow managed to get out there. Mr. Chef down to 400 HP. Clearly got the worst end of that engagement of 4 or 5 tanks up there in that top corner. We are seeing quite a few Harlequins still alive. 3 Harlequins, I believe it is. 4 Harbingers and 1 Valkyrie. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. VDR is getting chased by the Valkyrie by the looks of it. Mr. Chef just running for his life. Probably looking... I'm not sure why he hasn't healed yet, to be fair. Would you know why, Key?
He's probably hoping for the green drop right in front of him here, where he's going to get some HP. However, I don't think it's going to heal him up fully, so I would have popped the heal regardless. Then again, heals, as we saw in the last game, can be a very precious resource and a valuable asset in the late game, so that's... he's probably pokering at the moment. Something along those lines, but
possibly.
Yeah.
This could be very interesting. Mr. Chef about to approach the edge here of the middle. It might spot Svit and get a couple of easy shots in here. If Svit doesn't turn around and chase him away. And now we see Algo just casually cruising through. I believe he knows there's an enemy behind him, keeping his gun aimed behind, because of course for anyone who doesn't know in this game mode, the direction your gun is pointing on that will help spot enemy vehicles. If you're not looking at them, you won't see them. And,
Yeah, I think
that's
the
definitely not a
proxy
good
rule
sign.
probably still applies, but other than that, if you don't look at someone, you won't see him.
Yep.
That being said, XCR here with the engagement onto QB with a double shotgun on the Harlequin, and he does only use one shot at a time, does also use his fireball here. I think he's blocking his own fireball at this point, and QB, he's gonna have his hands full here. Just defeating that one, he seems to have cleaned it up, but the problem is there is a third contender. It's VDR, but it's gonna be XCR to pick him up, and XCR on the full HP now, running for that Harbinger on 261 HP. The Harbinger obviously trying to get away, trying to get to the red thingy, but the ram kill by the Harlequin,
That is
something unheard of, is gonna finish him off.
That is a very, very risky move there, ramming a Harbinger in an Harlequin. And now Strong Maxi coming in at full speed to chase XCR off. And XCR needs to run. He needs to forego picking up that drop because he knows if he stops there, Strong Maxi is going to get him. Of course, trying to use the airstrike there to try and slow down Strong, possibly hoping for a tracking shot from the airstrike. But to no avail, Strong is just going head first after the Harlequin, trying to cut him off here. Because he knows the Harlequin doesn't have much place to run. Eventually, he's just going to have to run along the red line until he runs into another enemy tank.
But yeah, I feel like this game is going a lot like the first, or no, rather the second one, where there was a lot of space left, but only 4 people, and now it's again going to be about that positioning. People should be hesitant to engage each other, except for engaging Algo, because we have 3 tier 7 tanks and Algo on a level 3 in the Valkyrie. But yeah, he's smartly sort of sticking to the edges right now. We see XCR using his fireball here, but then deciding it's time to book it. Strong Maxi here trying to get away from that ball also. And yeah, he should probably start shooting it sooner or later, otherwise he might pay with a bit of HP for that one. There we go.
Where did that shot go? Did that hit the floor right in front of him? Oh, there we go. Finally connects one. After a couple of attempts, will he connect another one? The ball just completely glitching out. Doesn't know where it's going. Much like the shots here from Strong Maxi. And the ball self-detonates.
I think it timed out. Obviously, it doesn't live forever here. And you gotta admire Algo here in the back with the Valkyrie. He's just, you know, staying alive, singing the ABBA song, and not wanting to have to do anything with what's going on. And so far, this strategy in this game working out sort of well for him. XCR now with possibly a good move, possibly a bad move. It's always, you know, very, very risky to pick up those blue drops at the end of the game. But then again, it's about denying loot to your enemies. When you're already level 7, first of all, you want to have all the consumables available, and secondly, you want to deny your enemies from getting them, and you don't know if they're level 7, so if they're not, you're even denying them levels. And yeah, Strong Maxi now, the only Harbinger in this game still alive, so good cards for the end game against the Harbingers, trying to chase them down, but obviously that's not going to work for the time being. I'll with a beautiful job in his Valkyrie. I think I might have spoken too early, but I think he's... we were talking a few days ago, and I think he was mentioning something about yoga classes. Not sure if it was in-game that he meant.
Yes, clearly with the Valkyrie rolling onto its side, just getting a good stretch in, you know, after its morning stroll across the entire dunes of this map. But now he's finally starting to take shots up the rear of his tank by XCR. Camille Eater also moving in, and Strunk also moving in. I'll go caught between 3 tanks here. Will he manage to get out using the turbocharger to run away? Smart move. Doesn't want to be caught there in the middle between 3 enemies.
That is some questionable driving right there. Hitting one of the posts of the door. Hold that thought though, as Kamil is engaging XCR here. The ball getting dropped by XCR, and Kamil seems to be all out of shells, but not out of hope yet, but he's getting chased by the ball. The ball, however, sort of confused right now, doesn't really chase Kamil well at the moment, taking a lot of damage. Does it get close enough to do damage? Nope. But if Kamil had not finished it up, I think that would have been a very, very costly affair there, as he hit the building right after it.
Yes, that would have ended very badly for him. In all fairness, speaking of the fireballs, XCR has been getting quite a few this game, to be fair. And it's just been throwing them at enemies, like, haphazardly.
Oh,
And
Carmel,
now
just
he
beautiful
pays for it.
engagement here. He does finish off XCR, and now it's about Strong Maxi and Algo. Algo using yet another booster here in the Valkyrie. Keep in mind, he's completely under-leveled, so doesn't stand a chance in the fights against the Harbinger from Strong Maxi. And so he books it to the red zone, will try, or to the yellow zone, will try to get away from the Harbinger for the time being, hoping that other people are gonna distract him, as Carmelita does with a complete clip into Strong Maxi. And Algo, is he going to drive around the ship? Nah, he's just trying to stay out of trouble.
He's using my red line strat. It's amazing. He's dipping in and out of the red lines. Love to see it. On 520 HP, he's clearly going to look to just pick off any low health targets whenever he gets a chance. But Camille sees him and unloads half his clip or so. And now Algo in a tough situation with a damage engine, no repairs, no heals, 198 HP.
That's 2
Stuck
ticks
in the
until
red
he
zone.
dies. And Strong Maxi now going after Carmelita. Keep in mind, Carmelita was the first into the red zone, but he does a U-turn. So now he's going to be in the livable area once again, but it's going to be Strong Maxi chasing him here with another non-connection. The auto-aim not hitting his shots here. The CCs seem to be very, very focused on driving rather than shooting the whole game. You do see the ball at the back, but that's not a thing right now we need to pay attention to. The attention we need to pay is to Camille and Strong Maxi, both of them here, just, you know, chasing each other. And now is Strong Maxi going to try to jump over? No, he's not going to do that. But keep in mind, now it's 6 seconds here on the clock for Strong Maxi. And the problem is, if he doesn't get back to the zone before it closes, then the zone is going to start ticking on him so much earlier. And indeed, we see the zone ticking. He does manage to get back to safety, but he has no heals. And now the zone has completely closed. 6 seconds on the clock here. And Camille, he's going to have the earlier reset. And Camille, he's just going to stay right below that bridge. No chance for Strong Maxi to engage. It just keeps ticking down. Beautiful plays by Camille, the Harbinger, the Berserk. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the Polish CC Carmelita taking the victory royale in what I believe was round number 3.
Correct. That was indeed round number 3. And that was a very tense endgame situation right there for Camille and Strong Maxi. Very interesting. Unfortunate for the Valkyrie, who tried to sneak around and survived long enough to at least hopefully secure the second. But he definitely didn't manage to do it, unfortunately. Very interesting engagements between the Harlequins this game. What we saw here, I feel, is a flip of roles. The Valkyries playing like Harlequins and the Harlequins playing like Valkyries. Valkyries going around the edges, trying to avoid the fight, and the Harlequins just going straight for it on this map.
I mean, to be honest, with what Algo was given this game, I think he made the most of what he could, right? He was a level 3 Valkyrie against a level 7 Harbingers and Harlequins, so he, at this stage, I think he knows that he cannot engage. He just needs to look at them, stare at them menacingly, and hope no one pays attention, really. But yeah.
There we go, watching the endgame replay here of the last few seconds of that game. I wonder if Camille didn't drive down, if that fireball would have actually connected, because he put it behind Strong Maxi and then ran away from Strong. I feel like that might have sped it up, but it would have been a huge risk. Of course, Strong did try to jump here to try and cut off
Yeah,
Camille.
and I think that was one of the grave driving mistakes here by Strong Maxi, because, you know, the zone is going to close in like 5 seconds. So first of all, he takes damage now. He has no repair kit. Now he gets in, does get the reset on the countdown, but it immediately starts again. And the problem is now Camille is higher HP than him. Camille knows approximately where he is, and now Camille goes directly below him, and thus just by driving, not shooting, he eliminates any kind of chance for Strong Maxi to engage him early enough, and thus just wonderfully played by Camille, honestly.
Indeed. That was a very interesting game to watch. No Harbingers really made it through to the end, did they?
Except for
Aside
Strong Maxi.
Aside from Strong. No. I believe it was like 2 or 3 Harlequins.
It was, yeah, we can see the leaderboard here. Obviously, Camille, the smiling victor in this game, and then Strong Maxi, obviously, then another Harlequin, then the Valkyrie.
Level 3 Valkyrie made it.
It's like, you know, and in German we have a saying, a good horse only jumps as high as it needs to. And I think that's what Algo was aiming for here. Then another Harbinger, then Harlequin by Mr. Chef, and then all of the Harlequins.
Harbingers.
My goodness, I keep saying too much Harlequin and Arbinger, right? Already switching up the names. But yeah, those are the battle results for this game, and we do see another 45 point round here coming out from Carmelita. So that's going to be, you know, the 37 points from winning, plus also the 4 kills. And that obviously in turn means that basically the kills, they can matter quite a lot when it comes to the overall standings, which are coming up here. And Kamil, the guy that we just saw win that round number 3, is now in a commanding lead here, or is it really commanding?
I don't know, he's only 7 points ahead of Strong Maxi. That's very easy to catch up on. Not far ahead of Risiek either, and we have seen that Risiek has proven himself very capable in the Harlequin earlier today. So who knows, he might actually manage to climb back up. I don't think Kamil has the win just yet. There's still, I believe, 4 rounds to go. So there is still plenty of time for people to catch up. Of course, as we can see, between position 5 all the way down to maybe even 12, not a lot of point difference there. Only about 4-point difference at maximum there. A couple more points actually. About 7 points of difference between Jackie and Svitman. But everyone else there within very close proximity of each other. I want to see how this ends up. How this ends up developing, and if any of these aren't managed to climb back up into the top 3 or the top 5. And I believe we're heading over to our next game on Dreamland.
Yup, Dreamland, but are the dreams gonna come true here for the CCs? That's the question, as we're almost at the half-time mark here for the battles here. Game number 4 is gonna get played, and yeah, so far I think my expectations have not really been like met in the way that, you know, what I expected from this tournament was going to come true. Rather, it has surprised me in new ways, but it's always the case with Steel Hunter tournaments. As we can see here, once again, Miss Jackie here, she's going to get that red drop very, very early on. You want to have that. You would just want to have the ammo available, obviously, on the prowl for more drops, and she does get a second yellow one. She's going to be very happy because 2 yellow ones mean you immediately hit the juicy level 2. Here you can see in the bottom left, you can see the standings right now, how it is. So Kamil number 1, Strong Maxi number 2, Rishek, Miss Jackie, and JXCR following. But yeah, Jackie now here taking a few pot shots at QB, or is she? As QB firing back here, dealing some damage, but I think both of them not really interested in going for the fight right now. If you do it this early on, you just open yourself up to just yeah, getting third party. That being said, QB is here to correct me. He does get 1 shot, does get 2 shots in, now has the distinct advantage over Miss Jackie, who keeps bouncing those heat shells off of his front. However, both of them still on sort of even HP.
Hold that thought real quick. Algo coming in at full speed behind these two. Has he sensed the blood here and come after the kills? We'll find out very soon. One of these two is going down, and it's Jackie that goes down. But Algo coming around the corner. Will he get the shot in time, or will QB pick up the drop? Let's find out, because if Algo gets this, yes, he does.
He does it, and
drops.
Oh, that is going to be such a sweet spot here for the Valkyrie that normally, that's exactly what you want to have. Like, if you have a dream scenario on Dreamland, this is it really. You get early red drops, you get an early yellow drop even beside that, and you're just that much faster then, because you're going to get that level 3 ever so quickly, and from then on to the gun upgrades, it's just going to snowball for him. And yeah, you can see Algo now even on level 4. The only one in front of him is going to be Tactical Nuke, who has, while we were talking about all of this, racked up an astounding 2 kills and is level 5 already.
Yes, I believe he took out Mr. Chef and 1 more person, but he is only on 700 HP. You have to wonder, does he have repair kits or not right now, and heal kits? Because if he doesn't, that could be an issue for him, because he could find himself picked off very quickly. Svit and Kamil having a bit of a standoff here, just respectfully backing away from each other. They don't want to commit too early on. They know it's not really worth it. One of them's going to go down. The other one's going to be on very low HP and not have much to do. So they just back off slowly. Svit, of course, picks up the drop, looking for the angle on Kamil. Kamil realizes there's an angle as well, tries to shoot back, but Svit manages to connect. Kamil doesn't, and Svit says, thank you very much, that's all I need for today, and takes his business elsewhere. In the meantime, Tactical taking down Strong Maxi, but also getting third party. No, that's the Berserker. But Alex and Risiek not far away. Risiek once again using the fireball. which seems to be having a moment running into a wall, and Tactical runs right into Alex, Yuzna fighting someone else in the north, and Skill fighting Freddy.
Yeah, it's all over the place right now as we're tuning in right now into the battle in between Algo and Isna. And Algo, obviously, with the stuff he got early on, should have the advantage here. Does connect his shot, but I believe he's being third-partied from the back at the moment. Yeah, he does take another shot to the back. Does not connect this important one onto Isna. Isna is just backing him into the wall and now wants to collect the red drop here, but in comes VDRPL, probably wanting to say nope to that one. Yeah, indeed, he does reset Isna here. Isna not being able to pick up the red drop, and it's going to be VDR with the smiling third party taking both drops, and that's going to help him so much as Tankalid goes down to Svitman in the win, while Karl-Heinz and Hudi are taking it out on each other, and I believe Karl-Heinz just removed the stun onto him, and Hudi with a very, very nice positional play here. He's going to be the one to pull down and controlling those peaks. However, he does ricochet, and Karl-Heinz does manage to get the connection, and very, very unlucky RNG here for Hudi at the moment as Karl-Heinz just gets those pixels, those sneaky pixel shots, and Hudi doesn't.
I have to ask, was that pixel shots or was that just over-angling from Hudi's side? To me, it looked like he might have been over-angling a tiny bit, but who knows? But Karl managing to reclaim a bit of HP and taking down Hudi. Hudi down to 38 HP, not much he can do. Karl goes in for the ramp, but leaves him on 4 HP. Gonna take a bit of extra damage here, possibly. But manages to secure the kill and now gets 2 drops, possibly even more, because it looks like there's a couple more around him on the minimap. And in the meantime, Risiek once again with another fireball. He is on fire with these fireballs today. He's just getting so many of them and just sending them at the enemies one after the other. Tactical Nuke trying to run from it and also chasing Risiek down.
Yeah, obviously with the fireball here in these close quarter scenarios, when you take a lot of turns and everything, you need to be careful how you use it, and it does time out before it reaches Tactical Nuke. Rishek not going to be happy about that, but he's also not going to be happy with the fact that VDR here has shots into him. VDR obviously getting third party, so Rishek for the time does get away, but yeah, on very low HP, and you see, that's gonna be good. He's gonna be smiling when he sees that one, a green drop right when you need it. Also, he does still have health kit available, so he's gonna pop that very, very soon, I guess. Yellow drop, but Tactical Nuke and I believe VDR now taking it out on each other, both with the Berserk, but it's VDR with the better end on that one. He's gonna pick it up, and now we're left with 6 people here, and also, a lot of, maps still to be covered, but it is going to be Svitman, the only guy south of the bridges. So he's going to be chilling and letting the others do the work for him.
You have to wonder though, if there's no blue drops on that side of the map, will he actually get anything that will be helpful to him in endgame? Because we know how much of a difference some of those perks can make towards the end, especially when you have no repairs.
Rishek
and VDR.
Rishek, I think he has noticed that that is not the business he wants to have right now. Arsenal, meanwhile, on about 600 HP, we can see he has also spent all of his consumables getting shot in the side, doesn't even look at it, doesn't want to have anything to do with it, but it's not his say in the matter.
Says Baboon King. Skill managing to take him down, but Karl not far away. Will Karl and Skill move on to engage each other? VDR still chasing down Risiek, and Svit finally crossing, possibly, to the other side of the map to get into the action. He's been farming a lot of those consumable drops for the past couple of minutes. So he is probably loaded right now. Let's take a look. 2 heals, 1 is that Corrosive Mist, and 4 repair kits, and plenty of ammunition. And of course, as we can see, as the zones are slowly closing in, with 5 contestants remaining, surprisingly very close to each other currently. Will they go for the action, or will they play it like the past 2 matches where people decide to respect each other's space for a tiny bit longer? We shall find out.
I can understand what Svitman is doing here right now. If you take a look at the top, he does need a little less than 200 XP more until he's level 7, so it does make sense to, take the risk to collect that one, because he's going to be level 7 now, one of the only 2 tanks here right now. Karl-Heinz there trailing on level 5 in the Variak, and Rishek on skill are on level 6 right now. But yeah, it's looking like people are respecting each other for the time being. That being said, Karl-Heinz is very, very close to, I believe, where that plane just dropped its loot. And yeah,
We could see possible engagement here between VDR and Carl.
Yeah, I think VDR is sort of scouting the area right now, securing it before he takes or wants to go for the blue drop. But as we can see, Karl-Heinz has already taken it, so he's on level 6 right now as well. And we're at this point just waiting for that sweet zone to close in, so we get some more of that action here. Keep in mind though, there is still only 2 level 7s here, so it is in the best interest of the 2 level 7s here right now to basically pick up drops. That being said, hold that thought, Karl-Heinz getting chased here by VDRPL. He does pick up the green drop, so he's going to be up on XP a little more, but he's still level 6. However, he's a Varyak on level 6, and he has the minefield available, so if he wants to, he can zone away the enemy tank for what may seem like an eternity. VDR is just not going to be able to push. I believe Corrosive Mist getting dropped here onto Karl-Heinz, so Karl-Heinz now forced into the engagement and also forced with his hand because, well, he's so low HP and the Berserk has been popped by VDR.
This isn't looking good for Carl at all because of that Berserk. Carl does try to pop off his repair zone, but oh, a lucky bounce there. Carl doesn't pen the side of VDR. VDR doesn't pen the side of Carl's tank, and now VDR getting third wheeled here by an anonymous tank in the background, trying to shoot. Possibly looking to pick off a second tank, yes, and it's the man, the myth, the legend in the Harlequin, Rysiek, coming in to take 2 kills. And this is, I think, the 3rd time we've seen this happen in this one game, where someone has came in just in time to pick off 2 one-shots, or wait for one shot to go down and then pick off the other and take the kill. And now Rysiek is nice and healthy, ready to take on either Svit or Skill, depending on who wins this. And of course, Skill popping his Berserker, going after Svit, going for the Ram, finishing him in style and picking up the drop. Back up to 1,000 hit points.
Yeah, I believe it might be good here for Rysiek if he seek the engagement right away, because as we all know, the Harbinger on level 7 can be very, very devastating. That being said though, Skill, he had a heal available, he popped it now, so he's going to be back up to 1,731, an ample amount. And if you see the 4, it's not grayed out, he just needs to wait another 20 seconds until he can go completely full HP if he chooses to do so. Rysiek, meanwhile, turned level 7 as well. So now it's just about individual positioning in between the Polish guy and the Lithuanian CC, and we're gonna have to see what happens here. Obviously, Rysiek here trying to just, you know, vacuum clean any and every drop at the on the map, just, you know, get more and more and more of those consumables. You can see the amount he has right now: 2 heals, 7 airstrikes, and 2 balls. So he's not gonna run out anytime soon. I would love to see it for Svit, but yeah, he should be stacked as well.
For Skill, you mean? We'll find out very soon, hopefully. But yeah, Rysiek is absolutely loaded right now with consumables, equipments, and perks. What I really want to see is I want to see Rysiek get close and just drop one of those fireballs right on top of Skill. I've done that once before, and it's Amorak the tank for full health, and I kind of want to see if Rysiek can get lucky like that. And of course, Rysiek getting in close now. Skill also knowing where Rysiek is now. They're trying to fight it out, but of course, Skill and the Harbinger has a better situation here playing the hull down against an Harlequin.
Nice shot there by Skill, and now Rysiek here trying to bait, trying to, you know, you can see he goes in one direction, fakes it, takes the other one, fakes it yet again. So the 200 IQ move with which he wanted to bait Skill, we're gonna see if it works, as Skill probably just realizes, yeah, he that's not the way towards the enemy tank. He's gonna turn around, and the zone is now closing. You can see the last square on the map, which both of those will be heading to. So the problem here right now for the French tank is going to be not really, like, he's not going to be able to run for a lot longer, or he's not going to have the space to run away even. And for the Harbinger, obviously that poses some good sides, but also some downsides. If the ball connects, if the airstrike connects, then you might be in a heap of trouble. Both of them seemingly having popped their radio detection because they knew where the other were.
Yep, but Skill missing his shot, Rysiek connecting 1 or 2. Honestly, if I was Rysiek by now, I would have put down one of those fireballs just to reduce Skill's HP a tiny bit more, because Skill is going to beat him to that safe zone. And Skill does have 2 heals and 2 corrosive mists, if I'm not mistaken. And you don't want to be caught in that box with a corrosive mist active.
Yeah, you do see now the zone finally completely closing in at 1-0-0. It will all turn red, but I don't think we're going to see that happening here. Rishek and Skillful LTU now directly engaging. Every consumable at hand getting used. The fireball coming in. Rishek is Emorect. He's not going to like that. He does repair it immediately. The ball connects.
Ooh.
Skill down to 190 HP, but he does have a heal available, so he pops that in order not to get clipped. However, he needs to be careful with the corrosive mist. He doesn't want to get reset there while healing. And now Rishek here on the prowl with reloads on all of his consumables. He does find Skill. Skill finds Rishek, but who's going to pull ahead? Both of them taking their wrath out on each other, and Rishek is going to be the one with the not auto aim, penetrating enough shots, taking down the victory royale in round number 4 against Skill for LTU.
That was wonderfully played. Beautiful game watching that there. Rishek doing really well there, picking off those 2 tanks earlier on. Well, picking off that 1 tank after a 2 tank engagement there, that 1v1. He respected the 1v1 and then took the kill at the end. And that, I think, set him up for this victory, to be fair, because it allowed him to start farming that entire section of all its resources, picking up multiple strikes, picking up 2 of the fireballs, which of course burnt Skill's heals. And of course, leveling up quick enough as well was huge. And this is why I love the Harlequin and its machine gun. Just the pew, pew, pew gets the damage in very quickly, and you can disengage and reload relatively quickly. To be fair, it kind of reminds me of the 1357 to some degree. It's just such a pleasant thing to play when you do pen your shots. But of course, that's the important thing, penning those shots. And Rishek definitely did penetrate most of those shots, so very well played.
Yeah, as a wise man once said, the experience of playing the 1357 is basically like pew 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 pew. But yeah, here we go into the replay. We do see the last seconds of this match being played here in between Skill and Rishek, and I have to say I admire what Rishek is doing here, because he's baiting out the consumables, he's seeking the engagement, he's evading the ram by Skill for LTU at the same time. Now you can see he's spent the rounds in his autoloader, and keep in mind what he did as well. He was standing beside Skill while his ball was closing in. This means he made Skill for LTU decide, do I shoot the enemy or do I shoot the ball? And so yeah, very, very smart play here. And now, if we would go into his perspective, we would see he's not auto-aiming those shots. Yeah, here we see it. He's manually aiming every single one of those. He knows how much damage he has in the clip, and he's confident enough in his aim to just finish off the enemy. Beautiful stuff.
Indeed. Skill, of course, trying to use his corrosive mist at the end there, either for concealment or just to get that extra damage in. But Rishek playing it smart. He went for it for a while, took a bit of damage, and then went around the outskirts, so he didn't take any damage after that. And of course, as you were saying, manually aiming those shots while moving full speed in an Harlequin. Definitely a feat to behold. It's not an easy task, especially against a Harbinger front on. So very well played to Rishek, a well-deserved win. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. So of course, we see Rishek at 41 points, Skill at 36, Svit at 31. Those are our top 3. Everyone else, Video not too far behind. Tactical at 26, Carl at 24, Orzenel, Camille, then Hudi Hudyutki, Tankalit, and of course on the other side, Yizna, Algo, Alex, QB, Strunky, Jackie, JXCR, then Jackie, and then Mr. Chef. Who got picked off very early on. Of course, Jackie and who was it that Jackie was fighting against? QB, I believe it was. And they both got picked off by Strunk Maxi right at the end. And we saw similar situations throughout this entire game. And honestly, that's why I love Steel Hunter. Just, walking in on those engagements and taking out enemy tanks very quickly, picking up all the resources they leave behind. Very well played by everyone who played this game and did well.
Yeah, I mean, as fun as it might be to be the third party, it's not very fun being third partied. But yeah, we do see the current positions, and Rishek, the first one to break through the wall of having triple-digit points. 115. Carmelita should break that wall as well next round, as he's on 99, followed by Skill for LTU on 91. Then we have 3 people. We have a 3-way tie. on the positions 4 to 6, 82 points each. Tactical Nuke coming in at 79, then 72 for Miss Jackie. Tankalit and Algo also a tie there at 66. Then in position 11 and 12, also a tie, QB and JXCR. Then we have Isna 54, Orsenal 47, Mr. Chef 45, Karl-Heinz 36, Hoodie 34, Alex 32, and Freddy at 24.
It looks like Freddy is very unlucky today. He just keeps getting picked off by tanks that are just waiting for him, or just like fully loaded, or he just runs into enemy crossfires. At least from what I've seen so far. But Strong Maxi, Svit, and VDR are still in the running for getting into those top 3 slots. I want to see how they do. And of course, as you said, Camille and Skill probably very likely to break the triple-digit point in this next game.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. That being said, obviously we are right at the halftime mark as we are preparing to hop into our next battle. But yeah, the thing so far is that the Arlequins, if played correctly, seem to be a very, very potent way to just, you know, to just control the game if you get the space to do so, and if played by strong players, then it can be extraordinarily effective in the late game. So far, my experiences with it personally have been lackluster in the late game, to say the least.
Oh, we're definitely going to have to take it into a platoon at some point then, Key. Honestly, I love playing the Arlequin for the sole reason that if you're not the greatest of players, you can definitely make it work by doing what we saw
Okay, I
Risiek
see
do
where
this
this
game.
is going now.
No, talking about myself. If you're not the greatest of players, you can just run around, skip between targets, avoid engagements when needed. But if you know what you're doing, you can just go straight in. As we saw Risiek doing that last match right there at the end. Just go straight in, make your shots count once you've leveled up, and then completely disengage, hopefully. And just get away with it. And if you're in a platoon and you got 3 of them with the machine guns, or if you want to be risky and run the HE gun, which I wouldn't recommend, but it can be kind of entertaining to do sometimes, just watching the enemy HP just disappear instantly when you see 3 of these things come at you can be very enjoyable.
Also the power to just keep people where you want them to. Imagine
Yes.
some guy like just stuck in the red zone and has 1 rep kit to, you know, pop it off, and tries to go, and then he's gonna be like, I would like to be in the zone.
How could you bully the enemy? How could you bully the enemy like that? How could you, Key?
I'm not gonna say that I would have fun doing that, but
Oh, come on, we know we all would, right? Keeping enemies tracked in the red zone, just watching their HP disappear, just such a
the thing is,
pleasure.
you need to connect the last shot though, right? So you
Yes.
get the kill.
Yes,
That
of
is-
course, can't let the kill go to waste.
No, we need that obviously.
No.
But yeah, we're gonna go, as I said, into the game pretty soon. And what do you expect to happen here now? Because we're at that halfway mark now, and it's sort of time to reflect for the CCs. What's gonna happen? What are you gonna do? Has your match plan been working out so far, or has the thing which, you know, you prepared in your mind, like mentally, to be ahead of other people, has it not yet really started working? Do you think some of them are going to reconsider their approach, or are we just going to see the same thing again?
I think in a desperate attempt, we may see more Valkyries and slightly more slower gameplay now, or possibly even more Ravens. I know it's your favorite, and we haven't seen many of them today. Maybe
Have
we'll
we seen
finally
a
start
single
seeing...
one?
I think we may have. I'm not too sure though. But perhaps we'll start seeing more Ravens, more Harbingers, more Valkyries playing more passive. And of course, the people who are in comfortable positions right now are definitely going to go with the Arlequins because it's working for them. And they're just going to keep going and keep bullying tanks. But currently, by the looks of it, Arlequins and Harbingers seem to be the favorite. The Harlequin with the machine gun, and the Harbinger with the auto reloader. And here we go onto Azagir 4.04. Interesting map name.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
It's gonna be... It's interesting to produce, but yeah, once again, the beautiful camera shot that took hours upon hours to get right. But yeah, there we go. And the thing is, once again, we're on Azagir, which basically means it's gonna favor sort of fast tanks, also hull down tanks, hull down engagements. It's gonna be I guess a very positional game at the start once again, but obviously at any point in time during those Steel Hunter games, it's gonna turn into complete chaos. You can see here the first person perspective by Jackie. She's just turning left and right with the turret, just trying to find anything. I'll go there to pick up his first drop, and yeah, Jackie recognizes that is not something she wants to meddle with right now, turns around, drives away. And interestingly enough, if we take a look at the minimap, all the CCs opted for spawning like sort of at the edge, and no one spawned in the middle.
Yes, like I said, I think we're gonna see a lot more passive gameplay unless engagements are forced. I could be wrong, and I could be forced to like eat my words right now, because it looks like we have some brawling going on here between Tactical Nuke and QB. Again, I believe this is the second time they've ran into each other at the start, but QB getting third wheeled here by JXL. Is that Jackie? I think that's Miss Jackie, right?
That's Jackie, yeah. We have JXL and JXCR, and Jackie now not in the mood for toying around here, just going in for the ram, going in for the kill, doing it for the thrill, and it looks like it's working here. She does get the pickup, and meanwhile, oh no, that was actually QB who gets picked up by Jackie, and yeah, that is going to be very, very nice for her at the start. Meanwhile, though, in the southeast of the map, if you take a look at all of those, yeah, we find ourselves now in a deadly one-on-one here at the southeast, and it seems like people here are not there to toy around.
This is actually the same engagement. Jackie tried to pick up the drop, and it looked like Camille and there was another Harlequin, I think, just harassing Jackie as she was trying to pick up that drop. So, of course, chasing Camille off. Smart play here, and we just see people just sort of, you know, hanging around the edges right now. Yuzna being careful, Alex being careful there, Udi Hujutski and Rysiek fighting it out there, XCR taking some shots, Freddy playing it very careful here, Jackie heading back to the kill site where she just finished off QB, looking to pick up that orange drop possibly on the left.
Yeah, she just popped her radio detection, so she knows that basically no one is going to be able to contest her during the pickup, and indeed she does get it. Meanwhile, though, in the left of the screen right now, Skill for LTU and I believe Tankalid duking it out, and
oh,
Carl
just crashed. He jumped off the bridge.
Are you okay, my dude? That is a very, very unfortunate happening. I guess he timed out. I hope, because I already said once that, you know, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, the guy was running away, running for his life, and he just didn't see what was in front of him. But then
that thought right there, we have an engagement going on near the blue drop here. XCR, Mr. Chef, and Tactical Nuke fighting it out. And it looks like Tactical Nuke might actually get away with picking off 2 tanks here, or picking up 2 drops at least. XCR takes down Mr. Chef, and Tactical possibly looking for the kill on XCR after picking up that drop, or probably just going to head over to the blue drop.
I mean,
perhaps?
XCR doing a very, very smart thing here, right? He kills Mr. Chef, and then he's like, alright, I'm out, have the red drop, you know, take it.
You can take the resources, I'll take the points, have a nice day, yep. And it looks like Freddy possibly about to take down Yuzna, Svit engaging Orzanel, or possibly that's even Freddy. And there's definitely a lot of action going on in the right side as well.
Oh yeah, Freddy here with the Harlequin, but nevertheless the Variak is in a very, very low HP indeed. He does get spotted in the open, but the shot does not connect. The first one at least, the second one does, and it's gonna be Freddy running through the red zone to get to the red drop. Fitting stuff there from him after killing someone, and Freddy's finally seems to be in for a good game here.
Possibly. Let's not give him the caster's curse, shall we? Just yet. We see Hudi Hujutski and Svit chasing each other here in the middle, and Svit completely loaded with the auto reloader, about to pick up this orange drop. Is he gonna get it? Let's find out. Oh, Hudi misses, so he does get it. And let's see how this engagement goes. Svit bouncing and missing. That's not too good because he's emptied too much of his magazine here.
Yeah, the problem is he probably wants to switch over to APCR right now because he's not penetrating his heat shells. Just as I say that, though, he's loading a second shell, and oh, I think that was
VDR coming in right behind, picking up the blue drop, and possibly third wheeling Svit and Hudi Hujutski here. This should be interesting.
Oh yeah, VDR, he's taking his sweet time right now. He can just chill and wait until Hudi and Svitman have battered each other down. That being said, Svitman here does get tracked, and it's gonna be the retrack coming out together with damage by Hoodie, so nice stuff from him here. Svitman caught in between a rock and a hard place, tries desperately to fend VDR off, and Hoodie is trying to not get caught in the midst of this, so he's just gonna, you know, try and profit from this situation right now. Svitman now turning his turret towards Hoodie again, but Hoodie actually pops the minefield, so Svitman is not gonna be able to close in on him. VDR from the backlines, he's just gonna go in. No interest yet to... oh, okay.
Nice little ramp kill there.
Nice ramp. Yeah, he does finish off Svitman, and the problem is he cannot engage the Baryak. And just as I say that, he just goes completely through the minefield, but then the minefield disappears. He props all healing and tries to chase Hoodie, but Hoodie is already...
Oh, he connects! 23 HP. Is he gonna get it? Let's find out. It's really close here, and as this entire engagement's going on, Jackie takes out Skill for LTU, taking out Skill, Skill Clan member taking out Skill. I don't think the Baboon King's going to be too happy about that one.
I think that's a different skill.
Oh, no, yes,
though.
that is Jay. Is it?
Yeah, no. The thing is, I think the skill clan that Jackie is in
clan, no?
is the community clan by old school.
Yes. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, it probably is, to be fair. My lack of the skill clan knowledge coming in. I apologize. VDR, of course, picks off Hoodie Hudyutki there, but Strong Maxi not too far away, coming in slowly behind, and so is Risiek. This could be very interesting.
Yeah.
First shot doesn't pen.
Strong Maxi now trying to do what he can here, but very good positioning by VDRPL, getting the first shot, getting a second one even without yet taking damage. Strong Maxi needs to make a run for it. He's just at such a big disadvantage. He does track VDR, and from the backlines we see Rishek sneaking in there. He tries to repeat what he already did last time. Strong Maxi there with the Berserk. VDR responds in kind, and now both of them in the deadly 1v1, but it's going to be Rishek from the backlines profiting on this one. VDR getting the kill on Strong Maxi, but the airstrike is gonna finish him off, and it's gonna be Rishek once again with a beautiful third-party engagement, and the ball that he dropped earlier is gonna chase Alex away.
If this connects, this could be huge for Risiek, because he might just get another kill right here. And Alex trying to run from the ball. It might actually time out by the looks of it. It's having a special moment, just sort of stopping right there. Possibly got stuck.
I think, like, I was in the first-person perspective of Alex for a second on my observer, and he basically tracked the ball, so the ball was immobilized.
Very nicely done by Alex there. And now, I believe that's Jackie, right, coming in right behind these two. Possibly looking to pick off Risiek. No, Risiek manages to take out the other Harlequin, Alex, and now just completely disengaging from this corner of the map. Takes the points, takes the resources, and then leaves. That's the way you want to be playing these Harlequins, especially early on, especially in mid-game. Very low risk. Just take the targets you can.
Very low risk.
Ooh,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Very low risk talking about it. Freddy and Tactical Nuke here taking big risks, both of them, as Tactical Nuke actually gets tagged into the back by the ball, and Freddy is gonna be happy with this one as he does get to pick up a red drop and secure one more place. It's a 1v1v1v1. We are 4 players into this one here, or rather, no, actually, we only have 4 remaining, excuse me. And it's gonna be 3 Harlequins, and it's gonna be just 1 Harbinger here. And I think not all of them are level 7 yet, so not all of them will be going for the engagements quite yet. They're still searching for those drops, but I think all of the CCs have been doing a good job so far of picking up those drops and denying them from each other. So, you know, you might be hoping for something somewhere, but there might be nothing left.
But once again, Mr. Key, take a look at this. Risiek with 4 of those fireballs. I told you, this guy is on a roll with these. He just keeps picking them up. I don't know where he finds them, but he just keeps finding them, and he just keeps using them. It must be so annoying for the other CCs right now, being mindful of those things. Of course, we see Freddy finds Jackie there in the corner, decides to disengage. I believe Camille and Risiek were trading shots a little earlier on. But again, now we're at that situation where there's plenty of maps still open, or relatively open, and the players just respecting each other's positions right now.
Yeah, look, Freddy also with 3 balls. I mean, I guess skill is when luck becomes a habit for those guys, just picking them up everywhere. But yeah, we do see everyone orienting sort of towards the south now here. Freddy, the only one across the bridge, but Kamil and Rysiek, both of the Polish guys, very, very close to each other right now. But Kamil should be sort of careful here because he's not level 7 yet. That in turn means he's going to have to contest the blue drop if he wants any chance in the super late game.
Indeed. And Jackie chasing down Rysiek here, possibly going for the blue drop. This could be interesting. Will Rysiek go for it and get spotted? Yes, he does. And now is he going to get punished for it? We'll find out very soon. No shots, no damage taken there. But he decides that's not worth it. It's in the open. I'm not going for that. I'm leaving. And I'm expecting any moment now a fireball is going to come in behind Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie there also, keep in mind, she's not level 7 yet either. So both engaging Rysiek or taking the blue drop are very, very, very interesting options for her right now. Rysiek also, yeah, he turns around. He doesn't want the engagement yet. He wants to preserve himself in the game until, well, the very end to take another victory here. We do see him going for the blue drop right now, and I think he might have outminded Jackie for the time being as she's coming back, but she resets him on the blue drop. It's going to be Rysiek firing back, but he doesn't do a lot of damage. I believe the heat with not enough penetration here. He just dropped the ball as well. He has one more shell remaining. Now pops the C to do the reload. The ball connects, but the blue drop, no one's going to get to pick it up for the time being as the corrosive mist has been dropped onto it.
I wonder if Freddy's going to realize Jackie is directly behind him and turn around and start farming, or if he's going to engage engage Rysiek. This is going to be what decides this fight for that blue drop. All 4 contestants are, you know, they're all like vultures. They're circling around. They want to go for it, but none of them wants to commit because they know whoever goes in first is going to get punished very heavily for it. It looks like Camille's going to chase Freddy off because Freddy's relatively lower HP. He's definitely looking for it by the looks of it. 2 blue drops in the middle, mind you. So definitely more motive to go after it. And it looks like Jackie and Rysiek are probably going to be trying to chase each other away there. And now the zone closing in on Camille. Jackie going for the drops. If she picks up both of those, that could be very handy for her right now. Freddy, of course, just playing it safe. Posting on the red line right there. Jackie picking up the drop.
Ooh, yeah, but she's getting tagged from the behind now, Carmelita just putting those shots in continuously, and you've got to wonder if that one was worth it for Jackie, as yes, she's level 7 now, but she's down to 1139 HP, and that's going to make her...
berserker, though, I will say.
Yeah, but that one, if you use it, it costs you HP as well, and she has no way to regenerate it right now as the guys are now trying to sort of get towards that last square. Rysiek is already in it, but I believe Freddy is going to have a good time here once he finds Jackie there. That is already engaging Rysiek here, and the 4th guy, he's just chilling right now, and I believe Rysiek has had quite enough of all of this stuff yet. The ball does go down here. Is it going to connect? That's the question. Jackie sees her rescue only in the way forward, but with the Berserker being popped, she does lose damage, HP continuously, down to 1, but the Berserk cannot kill you. It's the ball that is following her right now. She does get the pickup, but Freddy, from downtown, from the backlines. That being said, there is 2 balls on the field here at the moment. The question is, can a ball lock onto a ball?
I don't think they can, but they're both going to go for Camille by the looks of it. Camille managed to take out one. Is he going to take out the other one in time? No, he's on reload. Is it going to connect? Nope, it misses.
The ball, he's coming. The reload is going for Kamil. He's desperately trying, and the ball taking the wrong turn here, but Kamil does get tagged from the side by Freddy here, who is now in the 1v1 against Carmelita, and I would say Freddy has the better position for the time being. He can still pick up a red drop, and he has the higher ground. I don't know why he isn't doing it quite yet.
He may be waiting for the zone to go red so he can pick it up for the extra heal.
Yeah, but
I don't think that applies because it'll just keep resetting.
Yeah.
Camille still has a fireball. If he uses that right now, it could actually make a bit of a difference for him.
Oh, and
there it
they're
is.
beautifully played by Carmelita, also dropping the ball here. And the thing is, with the airstrike, Freddy is actually on reload. Oh my goodness, the explosion. Just throwing Freddy away here. Good stuff by Kamil, but the thing is, the outmind here by Kamil with the airstrike, he actually stunned the opponent, and thus the reload on the clip was ever so much longer, so he would have won anyway, even without the ball.
Nonetheless, spectacular way to go out for Freddy. I didn't want to say anything because cast is cursed, as you messaged earlier, but he did end up getting second place in this matchup. So very well played from him. Let's see how that affects him in the standings, going from last and where he ends up. But first, you have to really appreciate the style of play there between the Harlequins at the end right there. That map is perfect for that tank, and I stand by that statement. The Harlequin works wonderfully on as a gear.
Yeah, definitely. As we have to congratulate Kamil. I believe he's taken down a win or two already, but yeah, just consistently up there at the top, putting in the work, just being, you know, good at the game. It's like whenever people are asking you, like, what do you do different? Like, I don't know. I just play. I'm just, you know, trying to be good and not be bad.
Yes, it's like, how do I get better at the game? Good. Explain. And here we go. An instant replay here. Tries to take out this first ball. It misses. And then it goes the wrong direction as he runs away. But he does eat a shot for this.
And the thing is, right now, he's still level 6 here. Keep that in mind. He's level 6. Freddy is level 7. But Freddy does use his airstrike right now. And I would have loved for him to pick up the red drop right here.
Yes, that is a big question. Why did he not pick up the red drop?
I don't know. He was just, you know, maybe scared at the prospect of winning. But now the thing is, Kamil is coming in here and he still has ball available. He still has airstrike available. And now you can see Kamil did his shots onto Freddy. Freddy is trying to stay safe behind that thing, behind the rack. And now Kamil with the airstrike able to put Freddy down to a 1 clip. And he actually has the shorter reload because he doesn't have the big clip yet. But it's gonna be the ball just, you know, doing funky things with the wreckage of what was remaining of Freddy.
I'm not sure if I missaw that right there in the replay, but I'm pretty sure Freddy bounced most of his clip or like dunked it into the tracks of Kamil. And that could have changed the game if he connected those shots earlier on as Kamil started pushing up. Here we go, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Would you like to go through this one, Kihan?
Yeah, despite Kamil taking in the victory royale, it's gonna be Freddy on top of this one because he simply racked up more kills here. It's gonna be 40 points here for the person who died the second last, 39 for Carmelita, Miss Jackie with 33, Rishek with 28, VDR 24, Tactical Nuke 22, Alex und Bande 20, Strong Maxi 18, Skill for LTU 14, Hudjutski 14, I hope I said that right, and then we have Svitman with 10, JXCR with 9, Aussie as well, Algo 8, Isn't 6, Tankalit 5, Mr. Chef 4, Karl-Heinz 99, 3, and QB with 2.
Yes, very interesting game right there, and honestly, let's take a look at the current position. So Rysiek at 143 points, Kamil at 138, VDR at 106, Miss Jackie also breaking the triple digits with 105, Skill as well at 105, Tactical Nuke at 101, Strong Maxi up at 100, Svit not far away at 92 from breaking triple digits, Algo at 74, Tankalit 71, JXCR also at 71, QB 64, Freddy 64, Yizna 60, Oznel 56, Alex 52, Mr. Chef 49, Hudjutski 48, and Carl, of course, unfortunately, after jumping off the bridge in spectacular fashion, I must say, 39 points.
Yeah, but like take a look at the scoreboard though, right? Discounting obviously Rishek and Kamil right now. It's 106, 105, 105, 101, and 100. So basically the people in 3rd and 7th place, 6 points away from each other. That's crazy. I think that's one of the, you know, closest things I've ever seen people be together in the past few tournaments.
Yes. Was this game 6 or was this game 7 or 5? I've lost count.
That was game 5.
Five, right?
Yeah, it was game 5. I mean,
It was so action-packed, you know? It felt like almost 2 entire games.
yeah, the thing is why I know it was still game 5 is, you know, I have 5 fingers, but now you will have to help me because that one's going to start to get difficult
Okay,
from now
so now
on.
it's my turn to keep count. Honestly, I feel like now possibly Risiek and Camille might be secured in first and second. I don't want to say anything too soon, but I feel...
Imagine one of them dies very, very early and now VDR gets a victory royale. Then everything's overturned immediately.
Well, I feel like third place is definitely up for grabs for everyone between 8 up until 3, possibly even people slightly lower than position number 8. But currently, Risiek and Camille definitely showing their proficiency in the Harlequin and their proficiency at just picking off targets and securing the win. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the next couple of games have in store for us.
Yeah, definitely. That being said, place 1 to 3 are obviously the ones holding the cash prizes with 1k, 750 and 250 respectively. But up until place 10, if you manage to do that, you auto-qualify until the next tournament. So it does still make sense, obviously, for all of the other guys that are remaining here to just keep playing and to try to get place number 10, because if you don't get that one, then you will have to go through qualifiers, however they may look, for the next tournaments. And, well, just having that secure spot and that planability for you in the future is, something I think many people would value quite a lot. Now, that being said, we are 5 games deep into this tournament, and I think right now it's that Polish connection there at the top, right? With Kamil and Rysiek, both of them just continuously delivering. And in a game like Steel Hunter, in that Battle Royale format, that can be very, very difficult.
Indeed. Honestly, I don't mean to badger on about this, but still no Ravens.
Still no Ravens, no.
Still no
and
Ravens.
It's making me a sad panda, to be honest.
It must be heartbreaking, Key.
At this point, I'm on life support here. It's.
I want to see Ravens and Valkyries in the top 3 in the next game. That's what I want to see right now. Do we know what map we're going to next, by the way?
I mean, I told the admin of the tournament to maybe troll the CCs a little, so I'm never completely sure what map he will be selecting for the upcoming game, which I hope we will have soon. But yeah, that being said, my cheat second screen says the map is loading right now, so it shouldn't be too long until we see the video for it, and I can already tell you it's Dreamland.
Oh, so we could possibly see Ravens and Valkyries getting to the finals of this match. It'd be very interesting. Will we see any more interesting cliff dives off bridges or any more interesting ammo racks with fireballs towards endgame? We shall see.
For the sake of the stream, I hope we do. For the sake of the respective CC in question, I hope we don't.
Yes, you definitely have to feel sorry for him. I think his tank completely flipped over and his turret went the other way and his tank went the other way as well. It was kind of entertaining to watch. I want to go back and see that in slow motion at some point after the stream is over. But spectacular fashion, I must say.
I mean, at least when you go out, you do it with a bang, right? And we do see Ducky for the first time here. I believe he was getting clothes for next week. But yeah, he finally joins in, hoping possibly to get into that 10th slot to just secure his place for the next tournament. And he's going to find, in his first game of the day, a green drop here. Meanwhile, on the lower side, we can see Arsenal and QB sort of in an engagement. Arsenal with the second connection in. Meanwhile, at the top, Kamil and Karl-Heinz there, damaging each other. Jackie already in an engagement as well. It's all over the place here. Karl-Heinz now trying to sort of, solidify his position, get a drop, but I believe Arsenal and QB, they're not done yet. Arsenal, he did pop his boost, but they both have to be careful. Rysiek is approaching.
Rysiek coming in for his, I'd say at this point it's sort of a signature for Rysiek, just coming in and taking the damage. And there he is, starts putting shots in already. He's being very careful here. Looks like he's going for Arsenal currently. But he may switch to QB now that QB is on higher HP. There it is.
As he does.
Now
Just beautiful work by Rušek. And now, obviously, Orzenel and QB, both of them desperate to get the shots into the other to finish it off first, so they at least get a kill. But it's going to be Rušek finishing off QB, and now he's just putting in the shots into the Valkyrie of Orzenel. And obviously, in those close quarters, beautifully done by Rušek, outmaneuvering both of them, getting both drops, getting a ball to go with it, and he's going to be so happy with that one. Meanwhile, though, those were not the only kills. Orzenel, Smithman, Jackie, and Karl-Heinz all in the kill feed already. 4 people gone.
Now the kill saw, we see him just a couple of seconds ago. Rušek running away. Or is he chasing? Let's find out. Daki running away. Rušek looking to put the shot in. Will he connect? No, he doesn't have the line of fire. He continues about his business. Almost flipping his tank. Oh, gotta be careful there with the driving right now. Daki about to run right into Alex, Yizna, and Freddy. We're all in a collision course towards each other. But meanwhile, we see Hudi Hudutski, and I believe that's Kamil fighting it out. Kamil down to 400 HP. Will he go down? Armor not penetrated. Hudi getting very unlucky there with that last shot. Using turbocharger to, of course, close the distance. This is, of course, the one issue.
Monka steer here by Hudi Hudiutski, who tried to take that corner a little too tightly whenever I, you know, play Need for Speed. That happens to me quite a lot as well, so, you know, I'm glad to see it happens not only to me, but obviously that deprives him of the potential to keep charging for the enemy, so he's gonna have to go with the consolation prize of just picking up a yellow drop and a green drop afterwards. That being said, Algo in the Valkyrie just picked up XCR. That's going to be very good for him. So as you know, the Valkyrie's
strong.
Huh?
Now he's already engaging Strong as well, and VDR Tactical and Mr. Chef already engaging. There's a lot of action going on this side.
Yep, and we see Algo here trying to go for the enemy, but doing a hoodie, just hitting that corner, hitting that corner once again. And Alex in a dire situation. You can see at the middle of your screen right now, it's a 1v1v1, but Rušek here, we saw him take other people down already, so he's gonna be fed and fed to the fullest here. He has one more shell in his clip and does continue to put it into Isna. Alex and Banda meanwhile doing the sensible thing, running away. But I don't think the Variak isn't here. I don't think he's going to get away from that hungry Polish piranha that is Rušek.
It looks like he's trying to farm Rušek for once in return. But I think he's seen sense and realized to bail out of this area before he gets picked off. Possibly. We shall see. I believe we just see several tanks go down. Hudi goes down to Freddy, and Skill goes down to Tankalite on the other side of the map. And I believe there was also a couple of other scuffles going on.
Alex here caught out in a bad spot. VDR does see him on very low HP and obviously decides to keep chasing. The airstrike is going to track him for the time being. Tactical nuke is also coming from the backlines, and we have to keep in mind Kamil was also in the area. So very, very funky stuff that's going to happen here probably very soon. And yeah,
Tactical just deployed a big brain. Yes, he has, and he picks off Alex, and now VDR runs right into him as well. There's Berserker. Tries to go for the ramp, but misses. Does VDR have a Berserker to pop as well? No, he doesn't by the looks of it.
He doesn't, but once look again, who's behind there.
See who's in the background. Rušek coming in once again. Fully loaded, ready to do business.
Yeah, ready to go here. He doesn't quite get him with this magazine here, but he does have a ball available. Tactical nuke, though, on almost full HP again, up on picking up the red drop, but he wants to run away from this ball. But the problem is, Rušek there, is he going to pull a big brain? The thing is, he knows exactly where his ball is, so he does know where Tactical nuke is as well. Tactical nuke with the heal up again onto full HP, but he doesn't manage to kill the ball quite yet. The ball's struggling to do that, you know, jump up the stairs, and what is that aim here? Pepega aim by Tactical nuke, just whiffing shot after shot, just doesn't get the connections into the ball, paying the price for it. But I think Rušek, yeah, he doesn't even care what he has done with that ball. He's already up and around somewhere else on the battlefield.
Meanwhile, Chef and Algo battling it out. Algo hunting down Chef down to 194 HP with turbocharger. Will he go for the ram, or is he just going to take the shot? There's the ram.
Finishing it off in style. Nice one. That's what you want to see out of the Valkyrie. Just beautifully done. And now we're left here with 7 people, and all of them are very, very high HP. But keep in mind, it's only Freddy in the Harlequin with 3 kills on level 7. Everyone else is level 6 or 5. So Freddy with the best cards here right now. And Strong Maxi on a level 5, he's just, you know, looking around trying to not arouse too much suspicion, I think.
I believe he was chasing Tactical Nuke, and Risiak was also trying to third wheel it again. They've been sort of going back and forth between chasing each other here for the past minute or two. The interesting thing here is, can Risiak successfully avoid Tactical Nuke without running into who was it, Strong Maxi head on? We shall see. For once, Risiak might find himself getting third wheeled very quickly.
Oh
no.
Oh no.
No.
Oh man, like we've been hyping him up all match. I think we shouldn't do that to people. Honestly, I think we shouldn't do it.
It's so unfortunate. He runs away and jumps.
I think he was probably looking at the other direction.
Yes, he
to be
probably
honest.
was. Either way, he would have ran into Strong Maxi there. To be fair, Ducky coming in from behind, possibly going to catch Tactical Nuke crossing. I don't know. Tactical Nuke looks like he's going after Strong Maxi here. I'll go, of course, just leveling up, casually taking a stroll through the city here, avoiding...
I mean, look at the HP, 3.2k, but he does not have heal and he doesn't have healing zone available. So every point of HP that you deal in damage on towards him, that is gonna stay, that is gonna stick. And obviously he wants to get that green drop, hoping to get something out of it, but it's gonna be Strong Maxi picking it up. And I think Algo, he wanted to do like a 500 IQ move and go around the north to now find Strong Maxi, but I think it's going to turn out to have 1-0 less in those IQ numbers.
Oh, maybe not. Strong doesn't pen that shot, so Algo gets lucky with not taking any damage, especially considering he doesn't have any heals. Daki, by the looks of it, just sort of being very careful in the middle here. He's got enemies to the left of him, enemies to the right of him. Charges the light brigade much right there. And Strong Maxi just driving across casually, avoiding any trouble with Algo, because of course you don't want to take on a 3200 HP Valkyrie.
Oh, Ducky getting tagged here by Freddy, but I think he manages to stay out of too much trouble for the time being. 1200 HP for him right now. He does take continuous fire by the Harlequin behind him though, but I think he should be able to get away. You saw him scan right there, so he knows where green drops are in about his area, and you see he also has 2 heals. 3 airstrikes and 2 balls available to him should he choose to use them, but he does take another hit by Tactical Nuke, I believe.
Yeah, I believe he did, and now he's down to 700, but he pops a heal going back up to 1000 HP, which isn't too bad, but ideally right now you don't want to be losing your HP and losing your boost, especially considering we know how hard those are to come by, especially on this map. Tactical just sort of looking, I feel like he's looking for Daki right now. Algo sort of creeping in. Everyone's getting very close to each other right now, to be fair, except Strong Maxi and Algo. They're relatively safe, and possibly Freddy. Can't quite tell by this perspective. But Tactical Nuke and Daki are definitely very close to each other. Daki might just run into enemies. Tactical might run into Freddy. We'll see very soon. Freddy, of course, just trying to avoid any trouble once again, just trying to get his points by surviving long enough. Once again, the playstyle the Harlequin can very easily adapt to is just sort of avoiding engagements, just jumping from cover to cover, essentially preying on any weak targets that are on their own. But it looks like Freddy might run into Algo soon.
Yeah,
that might not be good news.
As we see, Darky still also not on level 7, but he chooses not to go for the blue drop behind him. Instead, I think he has made out a yellow drop, which seems to be fairly uncontested. Tactical Nuke drawn towards that blue drop, like, you know, some moths to the light. And I think he's gonna do well with that one, because no one seems to be close to it. Right now, Ducky in the red zone picking up the drop, and that means Tactical Nuke is going to be easily able to pick up that one. Another ulti, another heal, he's going to be happy about that. He has enough ammo to go with it all. So, yeah, he's going to be confident. Freddy and Algo now here in the 1v1. It's the tier 7 Harlequin against the tier 6 Valkyrie, but the Valkyrie just keeps on chasing with the booster activated. However, he doesn't connect this shot here, and the booster is about to run out. 2 more seconds on his reload here, and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle goes Freddy as he does take another shot into the backside. But now that the booster has run out, he should sort of be able to get away without taking too much
We
more.
shall see. Tries to use an airstrike there to try and track Algo in the red zone. Didn't quite work out, and now Freddy's doing exactly what I like doing, just baiting the enemy on the red line, but not this risky. I would never want to stick around there, but I don't think he has much of an option right now. And Algo just saying, no, you're staying there for a while. Freddy, of course, not liking that news. Flips out, unfortunately. That's 1,000. That's a fair amount, especially considering I don't think Algo picked up any heals recently,
But I think
did he?
Freddy might be all out of luck here, as he did just drive into the next Harbinger, I believe. We see
Tactical
Algo there.
nuke, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was tactical nuke, and that one is not one of the kind to, you don't have to ask him long to deal damage. However, he doesn't get the finish onto Freddy here, and now it's going to be Algo aiming and connecting another big hit into the back of tactical nuke, who is himself searching for Freddy. And on the minimap, another blue drop gets marked. So if you're not level 7 yet as a tank, you might want to go for that one, or you just want a third party and just stay in the back. There is 6 people alive here right now. It's Strong Maxi only level 5 and the kills are level 6. They still need to do stuff. We see the ball on the field right now chasing Strong Maxi. I believe that's Daki's one right now. And ooh, Strong
Freddy
Maxi
destroyed by the zone.
Oh, yo. Yeah. Oh. And we do see Daki's ball chasing Strong Maxi. Does he know about it? Not at all.
600 damage. Very
mean,
unlucky for Strong.
You know, I guess it's the rear armor of the Harbinger that's not that good. And then the HE explosion. I don't know. But yeah, Algo...
Very dangerous. Algo closing in right here on, who was it, Strong Maxi, who just took 600 and had to use a heal. I don't think he can really contest this.
Oh,
especially
and Algo,
not
beautiful.
if Turbocharger Ram.
Beautiful stuff. I think around 600 there, and now Algo is still with the booster active. He does do another shot, but he doesn't quite roll Strong Maxi. 7 HP is more than 6 more than he needs to have at the moment, but the problem for him is going to be he doesn't have heals, so he's not going to get more than that as well. And all the other guys are sort of healthy. Ducky there staying in the back now needs to enter the zone as well. As you can see, it's only one square here. Ducky needs to go in it, and all the other people need to come as well. Strong Maxi does avoid disaster here, but it's actually going to be Ducky to fall here. Tactical nuke sort of cornering against Tankalit. Meanwhile, Strong Maxi against Algo. It's 2 1v1 simultaneously here. Algo going in for the kill, and he does pick it up. 2 corrosive mists getting used by both Harbingers respectively, and I feel anyone could take it at this point.
Yeah, honestly, this is the most amount of tanks we've seen at this late in the game, while there's only one section left that's about to go red. Of course, Tankalit being forced on the outside here and tactical by the double corrosive mist. Algo caught in the middle. That's not good news for him, especially when he's only got one of those repair circles. But remember, that repair circle doesn't just repair his HP on the Valkyrie, it also repairs his modules and removes stun as well. So that's good for him. He just needs to hold on to it and use it when it counts, not just whenever. But I don't think it's really going to make much of a difference right now. Tankalit closing in, tactical nuke closing in as well. They just need to reduce his HP. They just need to reduce HP of enemy tanks as much as they can. Tactical popping his berserker to try and get the damage in. Tankalit bleeding him down. Will Tankalit get the kill? No, he will not.
Oh, the thing is though, Algo popping the repair circle, that's going to be the thing securing the game for him here, as both of the Harbingers were engaging each other. But, you know, Algo with the repair circle, he's just saved it until the zone closed in, and then he popped it, and then, you know, it didn't reset for him. So that's how he actually got to win here. And I feel like the further into the tournament we go, the more creative the CCs become at winning. Like they don't run away anymore, and they don't, you know, choose the engagements, but they also use the tools given to them by the game.
Indeed, they're being more creative, and they're actually putting use to the skills in ways that most players possibly wouldn't. Most Steel Hunter players probably wouldn't. Of course, holding on to that repair was very important for Algo. If he used that any earlier, he wouldn't have got away with it. I don't know. The remaining Harbinger was definitely on very low HP, and the zone just turned red, so he possibly could have got away with it. But if the Harbingers decided to double team him, then of course could have ended differently. Could have ended very differently.
Indeed, very, very differently. And I think apart from the Valkyrie, the Variak is the only tank that can even do that in the game. So yeah, very, very good stuff by Algo. And I think it's down to Tactical Nuke and Tankalit. I mean, obviously well played for place 2 and 3 to both of them. But I think it's up to them to recognize that basically the Valkyrie has the ability to just outlive its opponents in the red zone. They were shooting at each other, and they probably thought, yeah, well, that Valkyrie there in the back, you know, never mind him, he's gonna die by the zone. And then it just didn't happen that way. It went differently.
That being said, I think special mention needs to go out to one situation in that game. Mr. Risiek jumping off the edge and losing his HP. That was very unfortunate for him, to be fair. It looked like it was going to be a promising game for him, honestly, and then all of a sudden, running from Strong Maxi, running from Tactical Nuke, and probably just landed on his side or something slightly and took too much damage from it. Very unfortunate there, because I was hoping to see an Harlequin in the end there, but nope, it was all Harbingers and Valkyrie this time.
I mean, whenever someone jumps and crashes, you know... never mind. First of all, it's the replay here, and you can see both of the Harbingers in the 1v1. Algo just won his 1v1 against Strong Maxi. So basically, the Harbingers, they are focused on each other, and they don't know which consumables Algo has used. Probably because he's full HP, they assume he used the healing circle already. Now, Algo here in a problematic position because he can be shot from both sides, so he decides to book it around the corner. Then I think in about 5 seconds he's gonna hit an unfortunate timing because he basically enters the red zone now. Now the complete zone closes, so he basically has the disadvantage when it comes to the timings when it starts ticking onto them. But now he's doing exactly the right thing. He's shooting whatever he can, and now he's activating the healing circle. The Berserk by Tactical Nuke is gonna secure position number 2 for him, but the healing zone for Algo is gonna secure spot 1, and that's the one that matters.
Honestly, in that last situation right there, you have to wonder what would have happened if I believe it was Tactical Nuke in the Harbinger behind Algo, if he held that position, or instead of going around and putting himself between both Valkyrie and Harbinger, because he did take a shot going in after the remaining Harbinger with his Berserker there from the Valkyrie. What would have happened if he didn't try to flex around? Would he have been able to catch the Valkyrie?
I think both Harbingers at this point in time need to be very, very aware of what might happen, and that is the problem here. Because, like, both of them need to know there is the healing zone, and that's the mistake I think both of them made.
Yeah, that healing zone definitely came in clutch for Algo, and it saved him from getting 3rd place.
But yeah, all of this being said and done, I'm being told by production that we need to head to a very, very short break because the stats mod we're using to track is having slight issues right now, and obviously we don't want any of your favorite CCs to lose out on the points they rightfully earned in the battles. That being said, before we go to that break, I think we can take a look at the drops you can earn for a second time, just so you don't forget about those. It's 3 medkits, 3 repair kits, and 3 extinguishers.
5,
or 5, sorry. 5. Yeah, I think you know it better than me, so you go over it.
So for watching for 90 minutes, 5 repair kits, first aid kits, and fire extinguishers. For watching for 150 minutes, you get the Steel Hunter Mark II decals, 3 of them, and those ones are sellable. So if you don't like them, you can sell them so they're no longer cluttering your garage or your depot, and get some credits out of it. And of course, if you watch for 240 minutes, you do get Class 2 improved ventilation. Very handy pickup.
So yeah, those are the drops you can earn. But as I said, we're gonna head to a very, very quick break. We'll be back ASAP, and then we are gonna have round number 6 of the CC Steel Hunter tournament coming up. And welcome back, everyone. After some slight issues, we are back, but we are working on a fix because our stats tracker mod in the back threw some funny results, which would have not quite reflected the outcomes of the games. So yeah, we're working on that. This, unfortunately, in turn means we don't have a leaderboard screen right now for the past battle. However, we will be able to shortly provide basically a battle result screen, and also we have the standings from the past matches still available. So that is going to force me to do one thing which I try to stay away from, and that is doing math on stream. That I never get it right.
Oh, that's never a good combination, Key. Maths and stream. Oh no.
Nah, don't do it, kids. It's a weird thing. Sometimes, you know, when you get the easiest, like, you know, when you did your exams in school, and as soon as you had calculators and there was like on the sheet it said like 3 plus 5 and you knew it was 8, but you would type it into the calculator just to be sure. That's gonna be one of those things. But yeah, flashbacks gonna happen soon. But yeah, here we have a very, very improvised view of what just happened. But basically, wait, let me see. There, we have it. And we can see I'll go on top with the Valkyrie, picking up the place number 1, so that is going to be 37 points and 3 kills, so it's going to be 43 points for him, I believe, together with a whopping 6.7 damage as we continuously keep improving not only on the game but also on the assets at hand. Tactical New coming in on place number 2 with 4 kills, and now you're going to have to help me out how exactly, which points exactly.
That'll be 30 points for coming second place, and then 8 points for 4 kills, correct?
Mm-hmm. And then I think we're going to do it down to place 5, and then I think we're about ready to hop into the next game, because we don't want to keep the CCs waiting as well. It's Tankalit here in a 3rd place, so he has 2 points for 1 kill, and
then 27 points for 3rd place.
So that's an easy 29 for him. Strong Maxi there, only level 5, 0 kills, and 4th place.
24 points.
So you see, it's just going a live production here. Daki, also 0 kills, running away in the Harlequin on his fitness program once again in place 5.
And that'll be 22 points.
So yeah, those were the points from this battle. As I said, we're going to add them back together with all the other stats we had from the past battles, and then hopefully soon we'll be able to provide you with the complete standings again. That being said, though, we're about ready to hop into our next game here. It is going to be round number 6, I believe, right?
I believe it should be round number 6, yes.
Oh.
7. Oh, correction, 7.
Correction, round number 7.
Battles are going quick.
Battles are going quick, yeah, and production always there when you need it. So yeah, here we go. Game number 7, and I believe, yeah, so it was like Kamil and Rishek at the top there, but both of them didn't really finish top last game, so that's going to be actually quite intriguing to see how that affects the global standing of the leaderboard. Enough talking about standings, leaderboards, points, math, all of this stuff, though. We are headed for game number 7 of the CC Steel Hunter tournament. It's gonna take place on Arzajir once again. This is the second to last round here that we're gonna have, and this means that the people are gonna be hard pressed to perform well here, to earn the money, earn the qualifications for the next times, as we do see Kamil here frantic aiming around just to try to see if he can spot any sort of drops and or enemies. I think the first one is the one he wants more, but he does get 2, so he turns away. Oh, both.
Risiak and Chef trading shots there, both of them taking a shot each. We see Strunk and Quick Fingers about to engage. Risiak gets another shot into Chef, trying to unload. Doesn't really pay off, I don't think. And Chef ends up picking up a quick consumable drop, so very nice on him. And is just going to leave this area. Try to avoid any engagements right now, I think. It's probably the best bet for him, because he's stuck in an odd position where if he gets seen from either side, he's going to start bleeding HP. Risiak already taking shots again. Chef trying to return fire. Freddy about to take a nasty round from Risiak. Doesn't do much damage, though, and they're going to duke it out right now, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see someone come in
Ooh.
very quickly to pick off these two guys after they finish fighting. Freddy, of course, picks up the kill with a beautiful arty strike there on Rysiek.
I think I know what the issue was here. Rysiek was engaging one tank, not two. But yeah, Freddy needs to be very, very careful here, as Tunkalit just putting in shots left and right from the back here. Wiggling is Freddy right now, but Tunkalit with beautiful, beautiful shots. Doesn't miss a shot, doesn't miss a heartbeat, and also
it might just be Tunkalit's lucky day.
Oh yeah, and
Chef.
QB also does get picked up in the back by Strong Maxi. However, it's going to be Tankalit here, just charging, and I think Mr. Chef just realized he cannot contest the red drop here. He's just running away in the Harlequin, but running into disaster. VDRPL's just waiting for him there, to be fair. Meanwhile, though, Carmelita and Skill for LT duking it out. Karl-Heinz losing HP out of nowhere, and Skill just happily driving around.
Yep. Skill just doing what Skill does best, just enjoying the game, going from drop to drop, looking for what opportunities he can find. There is a blue drop near him. Let's see if he goes for that. I'm assuming he probably will. Camille trying to sneak around, heading for the blue drop as well by the looks of it. Tactical also going for it, and there's a couple of people over in the north as well that are going for it. This could be very interesting because we may just see 4 or 5 tanks all converge on this one drop at the same time and then all decide to back away. Camille backs away, Tactical backs away, VDRPL going for the flank, but also takes a shot in return. I think he's trying to shoot back as well. There's XCR. And Camille's like, nope, this is not a good idea. Time to leave. Is going to try and bail out this area on 379 HP. Is he going to make it? Takes a second shot. Is he going to take a third? I don't know. Maybe he gets away with it. XCI is in close pursuit. Strong Maxi and Skill trading out HP. Very close on that side. Harbinger versus Harbinger. And of course, Strong has popped his Berserker and takes the kill on Skill for LTU. Down goes the Baboon King. He will not be happy about that. And now Strong probably going to be heading to cut off the Camille Eater, who's on 192 HP, and I think Strong knows. But Tactical and Jackie, I believe that is, trading it out now. Tactical, of course, on more HP here. And he is probably going to have a very easy time taking this kill. There it is. And now Karl-Heinz running from Algo. Turning around, trying to trade. Probably not the best idea. Is Algo going for the ram? There's a turbocharger.
Oh, he does miss the ram, though. 2 HP of damage dealt with that ram. Karl-Heinz already with a double shotgun, and beautiful stuff here from Algo, trying to ram Karl-Heinz once again, as he does, just bullying the French Harlequin there. But yeah, both of the German CCs in a deadly 1v1, but Algo with the better end here. Picks him up. Karl-Heinz 99 down and out of this one. And yeah, here we see, other than that, the first plane of the game, I believe, has appeared, so, or the second one is also there, so I think Tankalit is trying to go for one of those blue drops here. I don't think the other one is really being contested for the time being, and yeah, Tankalit, the Hungarian CC, he's gonna be happy with that one, just picking it up uncontested. Meanwhile, though, Ozanel, he's coming in also with the boost here. Strong Maxi wanting to have none of that, just driving away, but I'm not even sure if Strong Maxi has spotted Ozanel here, as he was not even looking at him, but now I think he has popped his radio. He saw him, and now Ozanel in dire times here, down to very low HP, 341, and I think he's admitting what we all know already. He's gonna be the next one out of the game. He tries to turn around the rock, but Strong Maxi picks him up.
Mind you, while this is all going on, Camille's still running around on 192 HP, somehow making it. Tactical taking damage from VDRPL here. Of course, slight little skirmish engagements going on the other side of the map right now. Lots of tanks around there running around, putting pot shots at each other. And Strong Maxi all of a sudden finds Alex. We'll see. We'll get back to that in a moment. Algo just chilling on the other side of the map on his own right now, just having a nice little tour around the town. Camille desperately trying to survive, but Alex in close pursuit. VDRPL bullying Tactical Nuke right here, and Svit keeping Daki under control in this area, and Yuzna as well, who's going to try and run away right now. Svit's going to try and go for the secure on Yuzna's kill. One more shot and he should have it. There it is. He takes Yuzna. Will Daki reset the capture? I don't think he can. The railway might come in the way. And now, who is this we're looking at? Tankalit chasing down Mr. Chef, who was on about 400 HP, I think, or so. I'd like to say, no, 600 HP. But Mr. Chef successfully evades. Tankalit now goes after Strong Maxi. Tactical just flexing out of that area. He doesn't want to get third wheeled there by Tankalit. But now Daki coming in behind, VDRPL coming in from in front. Mr. Chef is in trouble underneath the bridge right now.
He might be in big trouble as we are watching Strong Maxi right now. He's like, he is driving with very, very much, like, he seems very convinced as to where he's going. I'm not sure, though. He's just in the red zone now, exiting it, so he's not going to lose HP there, but, like, there's nothing where he's driving to. He's just driving into nowhere. Meanwhile, at the top of the screen, though, Mr. Chef down to 231. Make that 20. Just if anyone so much as looks at him, he's going to die at this point. Svitman, a guy we haven't talked about in a while, he seems to have a nice position, but it's actually Algo to pick him up. Mr. Chef didn't see that one coming at all there. Drops down and out of this one. Meanwhile, Daki at the bottom right, he's on 905, so not really upgraded with his Harlequin either. And it's going to be Svitman and Algo trading a few shots back and forth. Algo already yet again on those 3.2k. So yeah, he does take a shot, or maybe two. No, doesn't even penetrate. But with that amount of HP, honestly, at this point in time, you're past caring.
Daki just trying to avoid any incidents right now, and he is being chased down every now and then. Of course, Alex as well. Both the Harlequins are just being chased down every now and then. They can't get too close right now. There's definitely a lot of Harbingers here. Only one Valkyrie left. Someone just threw a fireball in, and it just misses Strong, but it's turned around and it's coming back. Is it gonna get him? Only 500. Oh, I don't know. Does he have any repairs? That's a big question.
I mean, I'm not sure if Tunkelit or who was it would call it only 500.
Well, yeah, sorry. Only is a bit of an understatement. 500 is definitely a big amount right now.
As we see the next plane coming in to deliver the next drop, however, Algo, who we see here right now, he's not going to go for that one. Instead, he's going to go for the yellow drop. He does spot out Alex up there. He does also spot out Svitman, so now he needs to be careful to, you know, keep his turret turned in the right direction so he doesn't get reset picking it up. He does get it, however, Alex, he's gonna put some nice connections into the turret. Ooh, snapshot and lucky connection, but unlucky bounce here. So I guess RNGesus giveth and RNGesus taketh for Algo in this case.
Algo now in a rough spot where he could very easily find himself stuck between Daki and Tactical. I don't think it's too much of an issue considering he's level 6 right now. Daki's still only level 4, so Daki is just running for his dear life right now. Lowest level tank right now in the game, followed closely by Alex at tier 5 and Tactical Nuke. Tactical obviously hunting down Daki. I've been seeing him chase Daki down for the past few minutes now, to be fair, and is not far off from getting to level 6. If he gets one more shot in, he should be able to get up to tier 6 and upgrade his tank, which will definitely help him out in a couple of minutes if he manages to survive long enough. Of course, just slowly looking for the shots. That corrosive miss right there, doing wonders for the enemy team to some degree. Daki and Tankalit trading it out there. Shots coming in on Tankalit from the side. Daki on 400 HP goes down to Tankalit. Will Tankalit get reset while he tries to capture these two drops? Let's find out.
Tactical Nuke seems to be looking into the wrong direction. Also Tankalit, I think that corrosive mist is from him. So yeah, smart play there. Just using the vision obstruction by that particular consumable to just pick up 2 red drops. That's definitely more than worth it. Now, Tactical Nuke here, he finds himself sort of deep in the yellow zone, but it just turned yellow, so it shouldn't pose an issue. Then he sees the 3.2k HP, and to make it worse, he also sees Svitman. He immediately pops the corrosive mist and tries to get away. He finally has level 6, and I believe he upgraded his turret here, but the problem is there is going to be a lot of people in this area, and Tactical Nuke here needs to be careful. However, it is Tankalit now focusing on Algo, who's also getting shot by Tactical Nuke. Shots being returned here. Tankalit now chasing Tactical Nuke here, getting shot into the back, however, by 2 tanks. Is Tactical Nuke, who is down to a 1-shot, is also tracked. He's not going to be happy about this one. Rampage getting activated, but he's getting shoved out of this game.
That's a very unfortunate situation there. He tried to run, but he couldn't quite make it. He tried his best, ran into one enemy, went the other way, ran into another one, only to get picked off by both of them. Now, Alex possibly facing a very similar fate right now, stuck between Algo, Strong Maxi, and Tankalit. Could end very badly for him. But, you know, the Harlequin does have the speed. He might be able to make it out, and Algo now taking damage from the zone as he's trying to move this lumbering titan of a tank, the Valkyrie. And now he runs into Strong Max. He doesn't connect his first shot, unfortunately. Well, connects, but doesn't penetrate. Strong Maxi doesn't connect his shot, and now he doesn't connect. Takes damage in return. Corrosive Mist behind him, so he can't really back off. I would have possibly put Corrosive Mist on him directly, to be fair. Maybe it was just a miscalculation right there. Alex going, running away from Tanklet and running right into Svit, possibly. Could be bad news for Alex if Svit gets too close. We'll find out in a moment. And Strong Maxi just playing it very careful here. Of course, using that Corrosive Mist as concealment to just leave safely and disengage, because you don't want to fight a Valkyrie in that sort of situation. But Tanklet coming in from behind and now farming Algo possibly. Will Algo bleed damage here, bleed HP here, or will he manage to make it across safely? Tanklet did hit the trains, I believe it was, with that last shot. Now Alex is coming up behind Tanklet, and Tanklet decides to disengage against the Valkyrie because it wasn't worth time. And now Algo slowly moving in, just moving out of the red zone. And Strong Maxi caught in the red zone, has to move out 5 seconds. He might take 1 or 2 ticks of damage for this.
I think he should be fine. Oh, there we
it.
go. I mean, I would call this a calculated if I was doing it myself, you know.
Yes, yes, totally calculated, yes. Alex
Wait.
taking shots from Svit from the bridge and Tanklet as well. This isn't good for Alex. He's sort of stuck in a position where he's just constantly running into Harbingers right now.
Yeah, and the problem, or rather, he is in the zone where everyone wants to get to. And what are they going to do upon, you know, almost entering it? They're going to pop their radio, and then they're going to know, oh, there is a tank there. And I think Alex is right now recognizing this. That's why he, I think, wanted to venture into the red and tried to go from the back, but now obviously miscalculation by him, and also a driving mistake there, hitting the only post in that whole I guess area. And yeah, now the problem is he's gonna have to make a run for it through the red zone into the next sort of compound. And meanwhile, though, Algo, he still has a whole long way to go for him until he's in that zone. Meanwhile, Alex taking another shot. Also, the zone is ticking onto him. Tanklet, he's gonna have an easy pickup here. So that was what Alex and Bunda did wrong right there. I think he should have stayed away from that zone for just that little while longer. Hold that thought, though. Algo getting picked up by the zone here, didn't quite make it. That lumbering heavy tank, as you said it, getting destroyed by the zone, and now 3 Harbingers duking it out, all of them level 7.
This shall be very entertaining to see. Tanklet going straight across. It looks like he's just going to commit for Strong Maxi. At this point, it's just a matter of someone needs to like reduce enemy HP and then just survive long enough. At this point, if you can't guarantee first, at least go for second. And I think that's what Tanklet's mentality is right now. He's just going to try and finish off Strong Maxi as quickly as he can, or bleed him as best as he can. Both of them activating Berserker. Of course, Tanklet coming out on top there, trying to pick up this last drop before this zone goes red to heal up. Manages to get up to 700 HP, 600 HP, but it's not going to be enough, especially with Svit sitting on 1.9k full HP because he played it smart and allowed Tanklet to just go for Strong Maxi and didn't get involved at all. And there we go, securing the kill. Is that a barrel raised in the air? Yes, it is. Very well played by Svit this game, who we haven't seen much action from in the past few games.
Yeah, that all being said and done, though, Svitman with a very, very nice performance there at the end, just letting the other two duke it out. And as soon as that kill was popping up in the feed, he was like, okay, now I need to make a go for it, because I cannot afford to let the other tank heal up again. So yeah, good stuff from the Czech CC in that situation, getting, I believe, his first win on the board here.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, obviously that's going to be fun stuff here in the leaderboard, because whenever someone gets a basically a victory royale that you haven't seen before, getting one, and the later you go in the tournament, the more when he comes sort of from, you know, those medium places, the more it's going to shuffle the field around. He's just going to improve so many spots here. Excuse me.
Yeah, of course, this last game, none of the Harlequins made it into the top 3, which is interesting to say the least. And of course, Camille and Siek nowhere to be seen in their Harlequins this time round. And of course, here we go, looking at the replay. Tanklet, of course, realizing that if he wants to win, he's going to probably have to go for just damage. And to be fair, he's on the same amount of HP as Svit. He could have possibly played it safe as well if he had the heals. But then it's sort of a risk of maybe you get second, maybe you get first, maybe you don't get either. So he decides to commit on Strunk Air. Of course, putting the Corrosive Mist down, I believe, was his decision. Forces Strunk out of that corner, and both popping Berserker allowed Tankalit to win that duel there. And then he manages to pick up the drop just in time before Zone goes red. Gives him an extra 600, 700 HP, but then immediately starts taking damage afterwards from the Corrosive Mist.
And then, even though
that,
you know Svitman is full HP and thus would win the timing war, it's very good stuff what he does here, because that kill, that's 2 points right there. Just easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Those points all add up over time, as we saw like earlier on. Someone had five kills, and that's 10 points on the leaderboard for you straight away, and that makes a huge difference in developing a lead and holding it.
Yeah, and here we go, the battle results available to us here, and you can actually see Svitman winning the battle, but Tankalit actually taking the dub here regarding points, just because he had, I believe...
8 kills, 16 points.
Yep, that is a lot.
Yep, and he also broke the 5 digits. 10,000 damage, 10,583 damage. That's the second time we've seen this today.
And yeah, just good stuff from him overall. I mean, we can go through the other CCs really quick, as long as we see the battle results screen here. Strong Maxi there, obviously, with 33 points. Algo with 28. And you have to say, Algo is making that Valkyrie work overtime today. Alex and Banda in the Arlequin, 24. Tactical Nuke, 22. Ducky in the Arlequin, 18. VDR, 16. Mr. Chef, 14. Isna, 12. Camille, 10. Aussie 9, Karl Heinz 8, JXCR 7, Miss Jackie 6. Then we have 2 people with 5. That's going to be Skill for LTU, and Freddy QB with 4, Rishek, I think it is, much rather 2, and Hudi Hudyutski with 1.
And I believe on the leaderboard, we just heard that they're missing the results from one battle, so we just got to wait on that, I believe.
Yeah. However, I believe not seeing the leaderboard right now might actually be
useful
not the worst thing in the world, because it's going to add to the suspense of the overall tournament. I mean, you know.
Yeah, so I believe first game Svitz won. I don't think he's placed in the top 5 in the past few games, has he?
I am not quite sure.
No.
I am unfortunately...
Definitely not in top 3, so very well played to him this time around. That's going to be some well-deserved points, and hopefully it helps him sort of climb into the top 10 and secure some sort of position in top 10 so that he can qualify for the next time without having to play the qualifier rounds. That being said, anything to add, Key?
Not from my side yet. Except one thing though. This just was the round number 7. I actually counted the number of rounds in Garage just to be sure. Just to be sure. That means round number 8 is approaching, and that means this is gonna be the last round of the tournament.
Oh, so now we find out who's going to secure first place, second place, third place for, again, the prizes. 1,000 euros for first place, 750 euros for second place, and 250 for third. And anyone that comes within the top 10 in the rankings automatically qualifies for the next Steel Hunter tournament.
And here we go. The final round of the CC Steel Hunter tournament is going to take place on Dreamland, the first Steel Hunter map of the 2 to actually be implemented into the game, I believe. So a fitting end to this tournament as well. And I believe, if I take a look at my cheat screen, that my prayers have been answered, if you know what I mean.
Oh, have they been now? Does that mean we have a Raven?
Indeed we do, as we hop into the last round. But yeah, first of all, we're going to see Skill for LTU in the Harbinger, just scouting around, seeing a green drop, and I believe, for lack of better options, he's just going to go with that one.
Mr. Key, you said there was Raven. We have been scammed. This is Harbinger.
If you take a look at the Swedish Viking there, down there, Isna, my man, bringing out the Raven, whipping it out. Let's see what he does. He is losing HP right now.
Yes, VDRPL and Skill and Yizna all taking damage. Of course, 2 separate engagements going on. Not too far apart from each other, to be fair. Only 1 or 2 sectors apart, if I saw that correctly. VDR, of course, heals up instantly. So does Skill. Skill doing a salute. Yuzna taking damage against Svit. Svit down to 200 HP. Yuzna on 400. Also up north, Tankalit, and I believe that's Karl-Heinz taking damage as well.
Isn't it putting Svitman down to a one-shot, though, receiving one in return? I think he got tracked, but now he's gonna drive around the corner. We can see Svitman desperately trying to get away, and he does bounce the shot by Isner. That would cost him his life, and yeah, he's just gonna keep on running. He doesn't have heal available anymore, so he's just gonna hope to find any or everything in his place. Isner, almost a cheeky peek there by Svitman. Is going to run away also, though, because look at that. In the orange. Come on, QB.
Yes, Quickie Baby coming in very quickly. I think he knows Svitman might be low health. Does he? It looks like he's disengaging. We'll find out soon. If he realizes that Svitman is a one-shot there, he might just go straight in for it to take the kill. We shall see. Maybe Svitman manages to heal up in time. In the meantime, there's already been one casualty. Karl-Heinz has gone down. That fight taking place in the background while we were watching that. Orzinel and Jackie now also trading. Yuzna about to go down to QB. Of course, Yuzna probably looking to finish off, who was it that he was fighting? Svitman. The Svitman obviously eluded him.
No!
And now QB takes out the Raven.
QB destroying my dreams, and Isner going down with them, and it's gonna be the Raven without any impact whatsoever.
And Hudi Hujutski farming Svitman as Svitman tries to disengage. Orisiek trying to come back and avenge your Raven, clearly. But decides he does not want to fight a Harbinger facing him that has just leveled up by the looks of it. Yeah, he's picking up another drop again.
Yeah, the thing is, you know, QB is just one person, and Rishek, his signature move, we all know it, it's engaging multiple enemies and emerging victorious. That being said, though, I think in the top left corner Freddy
and Camille Eater, by the looks of it, are going at it. And, yep, Mr. Chef takes off skill from the standings. And at the same time, has anyone else gone down? Camille has taken out Freddy, by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's right now left, right, and center engagements, and you can see QB just getting ticked by Rishek here in the middle, sort of close to the area where the big castle is. But it is going to be QB chasing Rishek here, actually just coming in with a vengeance. You could see that Rishek was actually trying to go for the track shot here, but QB with the mobility upgrade already, having none of it, just bullying that, I think, tier 1 or tier 2 French light tank, and QB is going to come in with another kill here, and he's gonna take the red drop, gonna go full HP right again, probably gonna level up. Good stuff from him here.
Hold up right a moment. His level up probably just got interrupted because VDRPL just came in with Berserker and
VDR
shut down QB. How unfortunate. And now VDR going to pick up the loot there, probably heal up very soon once the Rampage or the Berserker wears off.
Yeah, you should, I guess, go for the heal now. Svitman, meanwhile, still on 95 HP, and if he's not careful, then he's gonna meet VDRPL very soon, as VDR does get tagged, and Svitman does pick up a green drop, I believe, so that's very good for him. But however, something's happening. Svitman's coming in, picking up the kill. He has Berserk activated, but Chudy, he has just so much HP in that Variak, and he's just gonna keep going here, and he needs to connect that shot here. He doesn't at all.
He doesn't.
I think
That's
he
not
does.
good
No,
news.
I think Svitman was picking up the red drop, and then the shell connected, and so Svitman does get 2 kills in very, very quick succession. That
very
was
well
timing.
played right there. Very well played, if not very lucky. One of the two, but hey, as you said earlier on today, skill might just be getting lucky consistently. And now we see Mr. Chef running away from Jackie in the Harbinger, but runs right into Algo. That's not good news for Mr. Chef if Algo turns around and sees it. And at the same time, Daki bullying Orzinel here as Orzinel's trying to run away. And down goes Orzinel to the Killzor, who is now going to pick up that drop, but he needs to be careful of Alex watching him very carefully. Daki needs to be very careful here. Will Alex take this fight or will he disengage? It looks like he doesn't want any of this. But Daki clearly wants blood, and he is going after it. He sees he has 300 more HP than Alex. He can go for this.
And now Daki here coming in for the kill, possibly. However, Alex, he's running away as far as he can. He wants nothing to do with that. Meanwhile, though, at the top, Svitman still not full HP yet, 912 out of 1900, so he has a higher level than Tankalit, but lower in HP, maybe up in spirit still, though. And
Still
we can
alive,
see...
though.
Yeah, we're going to see. And Algo, I think he's not quite sure where the drop is. Is it going to get dropped on the bridge and he just drove below it? No. Calculated.
Definitely calculated. Big brain time. In the meantime, we do see Svit finally goes down to Tankalit. Now, Tactical Nuke gets shot by Algo, tries to return fire. I think he might have...
He got the drop. I mean, Algo got one shot, but I think both of them are going to be happy with the outcome of that particular situation, as both of them got a blue drop. Meanwhile, though, we are down, I believe, to 7 players here on Dreamland, and we can see Algo. He's in a good spot. Like, he has heal available, heal zone, 2 boosters, and also he is already a level 4 Variax, so that's good for him.
And now Jackie and Camille engaging. Have you noticed, by the way, Mr. XCR just flying around the outskirts of the map, avoiding all engagements for the past few games? I mean, for the past few minutes, just very carefully.
If it's in your fitness plan to do that, or just running around, you know, in circles around all the opponents, then I guess, you know, valid tactic.
I mean, it works out for him at the end of the day. It secures him a couple more points, but without any kills, we'll see how many points he really gets, and if he'll manage to survive long enough. Of course, he is level 5, so he's not completely out of the game. I'll go still at level 4. Camille shooting back at a tank, chasing him. I believe it is Jackie that was chasing him. Camille just running for his life right now. Doesn't want to really take any damage.
And, yeah, I think... that was Daki just activating his radio here. That's why it appeared on Camille's minimap. And you can see both of them. They know where the other is, and they're just parting ways.
Yep, they're like, I'm going to respect his space. He's going to respect mine. We go opposite directions.
In 2021, you know, social distancing is something that even RCCs are... you know, have learned by now to an admirable degree, and you can see it in action here as 7 players, but none of them are close to each other right now. And out of the 7 tanks remaining, it's 3 Arlequins, 3 Harbingers, and Algo holding up that German flag with the Valkyrie, as he has done so admirably in the past rounds. Shout out. But yeah, that being said, it's not gonna stay that peaceful for a long time, I think.
No, we just gotta give it a couple more moments, let them farm up their little consumables and their drops, and then eventually all hell shall break loose with some action. And let's hope we see some good action. Here we go. Double Harbingers, both of Berserkers running. Tankalit and Tactical Nuke going head to head. Let's see who wins this engagement. It's a fair trade so far by the looks of it. Tankalit down on HP a bit, goes for a ram. Ooh, both very close, but Tactical manages to get the shot in and down to 1 HP, of course, because Berserker will not kill him. And now he needs to try and heal up as quickly as possible before he gets caught out. But I don't think there's anyone nearby that's really an immediate threat, so he should be okay. And there we go, he just levels up. Now, Camille just sort of coasting around in the middle right now, picking up drops. Algo still at level 5, and Daki in the meantime getting chased down by XCR, who was in the meantime for the majority of this match relatively inactive, but now coming in to shine and taking out the Killzor as Daki tries to run away.
Yep, but he doesn't get to, as XCR with the kill onto Daki. However, he doesn't have ball available, just 3 heals. That's a lot. Quite a lot, actually, and also 3 airstrikes. He drops down in an effort to get away from Algo. Algo recognizes he's not going to chase the Harlequin here, and the Harbinger that we saw up there lose a lot of HP. This one, Jackie, I think she sort of mistimed the zones a bit. That's why she lost a lot of HP there. Beautiful shot, though, onto the Harlequin. Wow.
XCR about to possibly run right into Camille or Tactical. That's not great. It looks like Camille knows where he is. Is he going to move to engage, or is he just going to avoid this fight and once again social distance? We shall find out. It looks like he's not going to go for it. Maybe XCR takes a shot from the side here or runs into another tank. He is in the thick of it right now. Just every turn he takes, he risks running into an enemy tank.
Yeah,
There's Algo in the Valkyrie.
every turn he makes, every step he takes, they're watching him, it feels like. And
Yes.
with 5 people here left in this battle, Algo is the one to secure himself one more blue drop, and he won't mind that one because he's still level 5. And we do see, ever so close. It just doesn't give him level 6.
Just 23 more points and he'll be fine.
He got so close and tried so hard, but in the end it doesn't even matter. How does it go?
I wouldn't know, I'm sorry. But in the meantime, zones are now closing in, and the enemies are slowly being forced closer and closer together. Only, how many enemies remaining? 5, I believe? 5 contestants remaining?
5 vehicles remaining, and you can see here Kamil on the level 7, just, taking a few pot shots at Jackie, however, not really threatening her too much. And yeah, now he's gonna fell that tree and he's gonna let the camo mechanics work for him, or is he? I think he just popped the radio. He saw XCR over there, and he's probably gonna go on the hunt. He maybe wants to take out one more tank before the zone closes a bit more. But I think we can see right now from this perspective that they're just involuntarily or voluntarily, I don't know, but they're avoiding each other.
Well, Kamil doesn't look to be avoiding XCR, but XCR is definitely... No, he does it again. Drives right into a post. Oh, he got away with that, but...
I mean,
Monka steer? Like,
when the signature move of third partying is already given to someone else, I guess you need to invent something for your own.
You need to find something new, right?
Yeah.
Jackie trying to get desperately quickly trying to get out of the red zone. This is the second time she's been caught in the red zone, and I don't think she's gonna make it. No,
I think her wreck makes it. Oh, that is so unfortunate. However, that is very, very interesting. Now look at that last zone here. Algo in the Valkyrie near that Orthodox church, I guess. He's already where he wants to be, but there is one person northeast, one person northwest, and one person southwest of him. So now he's doing the smart thing. He's taking this place here, and keep in mind the Valkyrie with the repair circle. We saw Algo win one game already. I think he's going for that yet again.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. XCR obviously playing safe as well. Also, don't forget to mention the fact that Algo actually managed to reach level 6 now, which will definitely help out. If he was level 5 right now, he'd be in a much rougher situation. But of course, 3200 HP being level 6 as well. And now enemies being forced to move into engagement distance. Tactical Nuke probably going to take a lot of damage here trying to cross. I don't know if he's going to... I don't know how much HP he's going to bleed. Kamil trying to cross desperately as quickly as he can into the safe zone. Algo manages to tag him once. XCR now pinned down by Tactical Nuke, or vice versa. We shall see. Tactical Nuke possibly pinned down by XCR. Depends on who starts pinning their shots and doing the damage.
I think Tactical Nuke, the problem is he didn't take the stairs up to the upper ground, and now he's sort of, stuck in this lower thing, which means XCR normally able to control the engagement. And yeah, Carmelita sort of, content with just saying here, he knows that 2 other people are fighting probably by the minimap. So
Looks
he's
like
just
Algo's making a move for it, to be honest, though. And of course, now Tactical Nuke, Monkasteer hitting the post like 2 times. I don't know.
Yeah, the problem is, though, he needs to reset once more, otherwise the zone... Now he can finally go forward because everything closed, but the thing is, Algo is just chilling here. This brings Carmelita into action. However, take a look, there is a blue drop. If Carmelita takes up that one, he can reset, or he can get more HP here. Same goes for the red drop here. This is actually dire moments. You see Tactical Nuke, he gets more HP. Algo with the engage onto Carmelita. Carmelita desperately trying to shoot back, gets picked up here by the zone, and the zone also kills Tactical Nuke. Algo once again with the hero play in the Valkyrie to outlive everyone with the healing zone. My goodness, he's done it again. What a gamer.
Twice now. That's just wonderful play by Algo. Excellent use of his tank's perks and excellent display of how to put that zone to use, honestly. We were talking about the recovery zone yesterday, between the differences between the one in the Variag and the one in the Valkyrie. And I mean, either one could have worked in this case, but I think the fact that the Valkyrie just has so much more HP, 3200 HP is a ludicrous amount of hit points, and it works out very well for Algo there.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy how he does it. 2 times. I mean, not back to back, not violent speed momentum style, but still, it's incredible. It's astonishing, and also it speaks like to the tactical approach that he is taking to the game, right? Because you can be sure all of the 4 people in that last scenario, they were all activating their radios to find out where the other is, and then basically Kamil and Algo, who are the other 2 alive here, they know 2 people are fighting, so basically spot number 2 should be secure, because if the other 2 people lose HP, then the zone is going to kill them earlier. And yeah, you see now here this back and forth by Tactical Nuke. Monka steer once, Monka steer twice, I believe, but the thing is, he does already have the clock in mind. It's 1 minute 0201. He resets once more, and now he goes in for the kill, for the thrill. And not even sure who wins in between the 2 of them.
I believe it was Tactical Nuke that won this, just purely off the Berserker and the Alpha damage that he had. Honestly, XCR did get a very nice arty strike into Tactical Nuke just like a couple of seconds before this engagement started off, but it just wasn't enough. And of course, then Camel Eater trying to clip out Algo, but just didn't work out. Zone managed to kill both Tactical Nuke and Camel, and of course, Algo holding that repair zone just in time, coming in clutch and saving his life again, just in time. Well, I say clutch, but it's just pure mastery of using that to win in that situation, honestly.
Yeah, good stuff by him, like really.
Definitely.
It was crazy to see at the end. And I think every one of those 4, you could see before that last zone sort of how tactical they were approaching it. You know, they saw one holding the zone, and then they were spread out, and there was no aggressiveness. There was just cold-hearted calculation by all of them. That being said, we do have the battle results available, and we see Algo on top with 0 kills, 37 points. Tactical Nuke coming in second, 2 kills, 34 points to his name. Camel Eater third with 29 points, 1 kill. Miss Jackie coming in with 26, JXCR with 26 as well, Tankalit 24, Darky 22, Svitman 18, Alex und Bande 16. I was almost saying it in a German way there, and Mr. Chef 14. And if you want to take care of the second half,
yep, can do. Quickie Baby with 11, Vidya with 10, Orzenel also with 10, Hudi Hudjutski with 9, Strunk with 6, Risiek with 5, Freddy with 4, Skill with 3, Yizno with 2, and then Carl with 1.
Okay, so there we go. Due to the technical issues we had in round number 6, we are not quite ready yet with basically the whole points of all rounds together. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to take a quick look at all the final situations here from the past rounds, and by then we should hopefully be done with that. And yeah, I guess that was the first round here, and we see 2 people already in there that we've talked about a lot in this tournament. It was Rishek and Tactical Nuke in this 1v1 here, and if memory serves me right, it was just Tactical Nuke doing a very, very excuse me, good job of, you know, just playing it out here, and I think Rishek, he missed his airstrike, right?
I believe it's sort of... Yeah, it did completely miss, I think, and it didn't do anywhere near as much damage as it could have. Yeah, there we go. It completely missed. Had he maybe held it for a bit longer, it might have made a difference. Because I believe with the with this ball, it brings him down to about 700 HP or so, 500 HP with that shot. Right now, if that arty strike hits, that's possibly game over for Tactical Nuke, especially with that last shot from Risiek. But of course, the fact that that strike missed, unfortunate as it is, Tactical manages to win. And now going over to the second game, who is this we're looking at? Tankalit, of course, going straight for the safe zone as quickly as he can.
Yeah, that was
this situation.
This situation. Yeah, it's like yeah. Skill fail to you. Smartly activating the Harbinger. I believe Carmelita doesn't have it available in that situation, So Skill is just gonna chase, do the right thing, and then unlucky for Kamil, Tankelit's also there, and so he just drops down to 30 HP immediately. And yeah, Skill for LTU, his Harbinger times out. He's not gonna be too mad about it because, well, he suddenly recognizes Tankelit's gonna go down to the zone, and so he goes to deal with the last enemy here.
Yeah,
which
that
is
was
Kamil.
excellent situational awareness right there, realizing he was being flanked by Kamil and that Tankelit was no longer a threat and that he could turn around safely. Very well played.
And now, once again, a situation here with Carmelita, I believe this time with a better end for the Polish CC in the baby blue, I would say.
Monka steer time?
4-stroke Maxi, I believe. He was doing that quite a lot. And yeah, we can see beautiful driving here by Kamil.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say beautiful driving here by Strong Maxi.
No, I'm thinking of an adjective right now to, you know, not be completely negative about Stroke Maxi in this situation.
Innovative is what
Innovative,
I call it.
yeah,
Creative.
never seen before.
Yeah,
it's just, you know,
exactly.
one of a kind.
Indeed.
But yeah, then obviously Carmelita just with the best situational awareness possible. In this case, just going below the bridge here, just buying time until the zone does kill Strong Maxi, who did activate Berserk. I don't think it would have mattered anyway if he had or had not done it. And
To be fair, I feel like if he didn't activate it, he might have lived slightly longer because Berserker does damage your HP, right?
yeah, but I think the Camille was percentage-wise higher up.
Fair enough.
Regarding that. But yeah, now we see another one of the very successful Polish CCs here against the Baboon King skill for LTU, and Rysiek is just doing a beautiful shot of duking and also making skill decide in between shooting the ball and himself, and it does connect for a meaty, hefty 511 skill for LTU immediately with the health pop, but I think he didn't expect Rysiek to drive out of the corrosive mist like he
Rysiek
did.
also healed up just before going in here, which gave him a good extra 500 HP or so, which definitely made a difference here, because if he didn't, he could have possibly died.
But yeah, that was just beautiful stuff all around from Rysiek here also. You have to highlight it. You see a lot of auto-aiming going on in this tournament, which I'm sometimes very critical of. That was not one of the times. Rysiek just, you know, completely doing it. But I think that's game number 5 now, and Carmelita, he's trying to get away from that one. The ball time's out, and Freddy then is on level 7 at this point, and my boy Freddy, why didn't you pick up the red drop?
Why didn't he? Yeah, and now we'll get to see if he did dunk a couple of those shots into the track of Camille or not. Because this is something I definitely wanted to see. So I'm pretty sure he took a... No, that one hit the floor, then track.
Yeah, armor not penetrate. I think that's a lot of heat shells going into the spaced armor and just not doing anything.
Yeah, that's like 3 shots that didn't pen and then 1 shot that hit the floor. That honestly would have been the difference there. If those shots connected, Camille would be dead right now. But instead, in spectacular fashion.
Ironically, I think Carmelita having the small gun here actually works out in his favor because the reload is shorter.
And then, of course, the situation between Double Harbingers and Algo, where Algo was pinned between the two, but managed to, because a tactical nuke decides to reposition, Algo manages to get out of the pincer and successfully survive, and also employ the same strategy he just used a couple of matches ago, and pop the healing circle just in time to survive long enough. Right
I think at this point, when Algo took another shot and then went into the red zone right before everything turned red, I was not a believer. I have to admit it to you. I was not a believer.
I was honestly waiting for Tactical to just push Algo and Tankelit to just come in and start farming as well.
Yeah, I wasn't a believer, but then suddenly Tactical Nuke and Tankelit, they start taking it out on each other, and Algo's just chilling.
Yeah, I think at this point it was Tactical knew he was going to die to Algo if he sat there, so it's just go in and do what you can. And now we see once again Tankelit doing same thing again, just trying to secure the 2nd place instead of risking a possible 3rd, 2nd sort of situation. Just goes straight in for the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Svit here, I think he probably also popped his radio, so he knows the other ones are closer to each other, so more likely to engage each other. As it just happens, both of them are corrosive mist, berserker all around, and one of them goes down, and that is basically the trigger, the go sign for Svitman to just spring into action. Yeah, Tankalit takes another, like he picks up the red drop, but I think ironically enough, picking up that red drop served no other purpose than feed 2 more points to Svit.
Yeah, that is true. And then Svit comes around the corner, finishes him off, barrel raised, he's happy with that one.
Yeah. So good stuff here, and I believe this might... No, this is not. Oh, yeah, this is the last round.
Final.
Yeah, this is the
Dreamland
final round.
where the dreams come true, and Algo secures the second win in the exact same way.
I mean, you know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Don't fix it, exactly. Monka steer, moment 1, moment 2, then reset the timer.
Yeah, I think this is where he realizes he needs to reset the timer, so good stuff by him, and now he just does the engage, and the Berserk just obviously secures the one-on-one. If the French tank, the Harlequin, has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, cannot play around its mobility in those pretty close confinements, then nothing to be done. Carmelita getting picked up by the zone, actually, not a kill by Algo, then Tactical Nuke falling to the zone, and again we have the smiling chiller Algo there, you know, just counting his healing zones, counting his points, and just probably being happy, you know. You don't have to kill people, you can be pacifistic in World of Tanks, because, you know.
It's new advertising for World of Tanks. We're now going to see YouTube ads where don't want to shoot the enemies, just repair in the last second and win, right? Yeah. Very well played from Algo, using the same strategy twice. If it works, eh?
Yeah, it's like just repair forehead. Incredible stuff. Now, I believe we might be almost ready to show the final asset, which will be the final leaderboard, which basically leads me to sort of ask you, what do you think? Like, I think the last assets we saw Kamil, Rishek, all of them up there at the top. Do you think a lot changed?
Yeah, I think Algo might have climbed up into top 3 somewhere. I don't remember how far back he was, but I think he might have just pulled it back. Also, I can't remember off the top of my head how many kills people got. I'm assuming Orisiek and Kamil might still be there because they had such a huge amount of points, and I don't think that's going to change over 2 or 3 matches. But I think Algo might be in the top 3 with them. But I could be wrong. I think there's certain individuals who played very well this tournament, especially for what I was expecting. Like Miss Jackie came out really strong at the start, and I think Miss Jackie probably made it top 10. I could be wrong.
Obviously, those top 10 are very, very important, and also I took a look at my cheat screen there. Also, in the 7th round, Tankalit, he only came 2nd. Only. But he did those whopping 8 kills, so that's another 16 points right there. So that can switch up stuff pretty heavily. So
I think Tactical Nuke, Tankalit, they're definitely up there. Risiek's definitely somewhere up there. You didn't see much of I mean, Svit kind of got a couple of points in that match that he won on Azagril, but I don't know. I think he made top 10. I don't think he made top 3 or top 5, but I don't know. I don't know. No, maybe.
No. I don't know it yet either. So yeah, personally, I think Kamil Rishek are definitely both going to be top 3.
There is one thing I know though. Unfortunately, that Killzone definitely didn't make it because just came in too late.
Shopping spree. I mean, but the thing is, I think Skill came 1 round late, but he might even have the possibility. Right?
I think Skill did well in the first few rounds as well in terms of kills. Not too many kills, but like I think he had like at least a couple of games where he had 2 or 3 kills, and that might just make the difference because he didn't come dead last in a lot of the games. So he definitely picked up enough points to get the edge over certain individuals. Speaking of certain individuals, Freddy had a rough time this tournament. I want to see where he comes.
Freddy did have a rough time indeed, as production is whispering in my ear, but like if they would be a little louder, that I would appreciate that, because apparently the final asset is sort of semi-ready. So we are probably very soon gonna see who is gonna win the third iteration of the Steel Hunter CC tournament, and after this, yeah, we can announce the winners, who won what, basically. Before that, I think soonish we're gonna show the drops once again. Obviously, if you tuned in later and you didn't get all the drops yet, I believe we're gonna rate someone that does has drops as well. So yeah, you can just continue watching there. It doesn't count a new. It just keeps on coming. Should you not have had all the goodies that Ixta knows about already.
So once again, as you know, 90 minutes of watching gets you the 5 repair kits, first aid kits, fire extinguishers. I believe it was 150 minutes gives you the 3 decals, which you can sell if you want the credits. And then 240 minutes, I believe it was. Let me double check that real quick for you guys. Should give you class 2 ventilation. And of course, don't forget to link your Twitch account to your World of Tanks account, vice versa technically. To make sure you claim your drops. There is 24 hours as soon as the campaign for drops ends. If you don't claim your drops by the end of that 24 hours, they will disappear from the inventory on Twitch.
Really? They disappear? I actually...
Yeah, if you don't claim them, they disappear. Twitch says no drops for you because you didn't claim them.
Let me go to my Twitch inventory real quick on the side.
Yes, it is. You'll have 24 hours after the drops like disabled sort of thing, so it's... but yeah, ideally, claim them as soon as you can. You don't want to miss out on them.
Claim them as soon as you can. Obviously, and not to just buy a little more time for the production crew. Also, we encourage you all to give feedback. How did you like this tournament? What do you think about your favorite CCs duking it out? Because for me personally, obviously, there are those 3 formats. We have the VOD 7, we have the Clan Rivals tournaments, but we also have this one, and personally, I had a lot of fun casting it with you, Ixta, and it's one of those tournaments where you can just, you know, have a bit more fun than, you know, the completely super serious. It's like, you know, we are competitive clans, we need to duke it out now. No, this time you can actually have a little fun, have a little fail sometimes. We also saw a little face, so I'm not going to ask you for your play of the tournament, so rather the fail of the tournament.
Oh, the fail of the tournament? It'll have to be when we were talking about Risiek doing so well for the entire game, and then he crashed. That was... For me, it was between that and when, I can't remember who it was, but someone drove off the bridge. Yeah, I think it was Carl drove off the bridge. It's between those two, but I think it's got to be the Risiek one because he was doing so well in that match, and then just one wrong turn.
Yeah, the thing is, whenever something like that happens, you need to be careful what you say, because in one of the past tournaments, I believe it was actually the first one of the players crashed. I was like, oh, he probably was desperately trying to get away from an enemy and very unlucky and all of this, and he sent me a clip later where it was just him doing a driving mistake, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Like, it might as well just be like driving mistake, but like he was doing so well, and that's the disappointing part. Like he was having such a good game, and then whatever it might have been, just that crash sort of ended the game for him.
Yeah,
very early
imagine,
on.
Because he was doing so well, imagine if that actually costs him one of the top spots.
Oh,
that would be
that would be very unfortunate.
Uluko is what some people also call it.
Uluko indeed.
But yeah. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
But yeah, we should definitely get some praise in chat for our dearest Mr. Harley Quinn player. Hoping that isn't the case for Risiek. You know, let's get some praise in chat that doesn't happen.
Imagine he's ending up on the same amount of points as someone else, and then, you know,
loses
the damage
by draw.
puts him below, and because he was playing Harlequin and not some damage dealer tank.
That would be so unfortunate.
Yeah, you would hate to see it.
You would.
Yeah, just to be sure to announce it again, we are right now compiling because we are right now compiling all the results, so we should have them very, very shortly. They will appear on screen. My goodness, I've been talking for a few hours now. English is a hard language, even harder than German sometimes. So it's difficult to keep that up. But yeah, as soon as we have the results, we will show them here on screen. And don't worry, guys, we won't go away until we have those results for you.
Yes, it means you're staring at our wonderful faces and smiles. There we go. Sounds like, do they have it? We'll find
Possibly,
out soon.
possibly.
Find out very soon.
We'll see. But yeah, if we recap once more, because I've casted all the 3 tournaments, and thanks for joining on this one. As I said, was a lot of fun. I have to say the quality over time, I think, sort of has improved. Like during the first tournament, the players were sort of applying the tactics from Steel Hunter randoms, I guess.
Right.
And trying to win with that, but I think the more and more the people get into that, the more they refine what they're doing, the more they sort of refine their approach to it. I believe in the first tournament, I think the first round of the first tournament was two Ravens duking it out, and that is something that didn't happen this one.
No
respect
Ravens.
to Isna for picking it.
Plenty of Valley Queens though, so I'm happy. Lots
And-
of them.
And yeah, I am just being told in both of my ears that we are ready to announce the winners. So here we go. There you are with the winners of the Steel Hunter tournament in or the 3rd iteration of the Steel Hunter tournament. And we're just going to read them, I guess, alternating. And you can already see the grand prize is gonna get taken, and then I believe the 8 kills he took in game number 7 are securing that top spot for him with 195 points, so no one taking 200 this time. It's gonna be Tactical Nuke.
Indeed, and following that victory from Tactical Nuke in 2nd place with 186 points, Camille Ita, of course, he came in with many clutch plays this game, managed to farm up a lot of damage, a lot of kills very quickly, and did really well, to be fair, in the Harlequin for most of his games. And we were mentioning him very frequently, to be honest, so very well played by him. Of course, he'd be getting 2nd place prize.
And in place number 3, my boy Algo with the Valkyrie. 2 wins in the 8 rounds under his belt, 182 points. Congratulations to him. And now we come to someone who did crash in one of the rounds.
And unfortunately, yes, just as I was talking about his wonderful performance, so clearly I gave him the caster's curse. I'm so sorry. Mr. Risiek with 174 points came in 4th place.
And then in place number 5, Tankalit with 170.
Followed by 163 points, Strong Maxi, who of course put up a very good performance and was very entertaining to watch, if I do say so myself.
In position number 7, coming in 154 points, making it into the later stages of a lot of games, but never really, except once, quite making it to the top, Svitman.
Followed by someone who was very sneakily assassinating tanks every now and then and chasing people down, VDR with 146 points.
Then a player that you told me has impressed you a lot this tournament, it's Miss Jackie in place number 9 with 142.
And then followed in, I believe it's 10th place, the man, the myth, the legend, you all know him as the Baboon King with 123 points, skill for LTU.
Then in place number 11, a JXCR with 110 points, and a big thank you for organizing a Steel Hunter tournament on his stream yesterday just to test out all the technical stuff.
And followed in 12th place is Alex Mbande, who of course we saw running around in his Harlequin a couple of times trying to avoid enemies desperately with 104 points.
Place number 13, Freddy with 99 points. He did have a lot of unfortunate games early on, but in the end he seems to have made sort of, he's made it sort of into...
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, I guess he improved throughout the tournament.
Yeah, he definitely started having a better run towards the end. And following Freddy is Mr. Chef with 93 points. Of course, he had his moments in this tournament, but unfortunately just not quite enough to get into the top 10 there.
And place number 15, it's gonna be Isna. I believe it's place number 15, Isna with 83, the Swedish Viking, the legend in the Variag, and also the unsuccessful player in the Raven.
And followed by Yuzna at 15. In 16 is Mr. Quickie Baby, also known as Quick Fingers, with 80 points. Of course, tried to come in and kill Miss Jackie over on the over on Dreamland, only to get picked up by Strong Maxi. I think it was picked up off the kills. That was
Then
a good moment.
behind him is coming Orsenil in place number 17 with a fitting 77 points. I think he'll be very motivated to do a lot better next time, and I believe he has it in him.
And then followed by that in spot number 18, I believe it is, the one name me and Key both struggled to say, Hudi Hudyutski with 66 points.
I feel like you're getting the worst end of this. Ducky coming in as late as in the tournament, place number 19, but admirably not the last place. That leaves the unfortunate task of
Mr. Karl-Heinz 99, who we saw cliff dive off the bridge accidentally, and we'd love to hear how that managed to happen. Was it just a Monka steer moment? Was it just lagged out? Or just a misclick? With 53 points, Karl-Heinz 99 at 20th.
But yeah, that was the third iteration for the Steel Hunter tournament. Did we have all of them in 2021? Cannot really remember, but time to wrap this one up. We're gonna raid a World of Tanks streamer that has drops as well, so stay tuned for that one. But it is my pleasure to say once again, gigantic thanks to you, Ixta.
Thank you very much, Mr.
I had an awesome time casting with you, and yeah, the last words are yours.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you everyone for watching. As you all know, my first time casting here, so it's been fun. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed watching the gameplay as much as I did. That being said, I think we're done.